important thing for this team, particularly when you consider that I'm not going to call Cyrus Allen fragile yet, but he's already been dinged up, and we know I will call Xavier Worthy fragile. And so it's going to be it's going to be important for Rashee Rice to be a player, right? And to be a guy who can, get it done. By the way, can we just take a sidebar? Would you turn around and look at Mike? I was like, do they have a wrapper at camp somewhere? I didn't look at the crawl at the bottom. They're at Chargers camp, and I'm like, oh, who's this? Is that Bad Bunny? Who do we got there? And then on the bottom it says, OC Mike McDaniel joins Inside Training Camp Live. Mike McDaniel's got the cap backwards. He's got the big, fly eyes, or what do you call the big sunglasses?
Aviators?
No. They're just like giant sunglasses.
Yeah.
Kyle had to come out of the studio to take a look. He's rocking a black Charger hoodie. I love it.
I do too. He's in a position now where he can. That part of his personality is.
He's still. I think when he turns 16, he might be able to finish growing the beard.
Possible.
It might be. He might want to eject on the beard because it is not a strong beard game.
No. But
if you're like, this guy's got the number 1 and number 22 song in the country right now, you're like, oh, okay.
When's your next record going to drop?
Or he's number 1 on the salsa charts or something. Like, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think the things that made him at times interesting, but at times maybe a little too colorful as a head coach, I think it's okay to have some of that as a coordinator, particularly if he's good.
Yeah, I think
he seems to know offense.
Both him and Jim Harbaugh are different cats.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. Are they a force multiplier, or do they take away from each other?
Right.
But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because it was just too good, too good to see. But Rashee Rice looks good. Peter Woods looks good. I mean, I think that continues to be one of the storylines is that the Chiefs have a good one at defensive tackle.
And a fun one to hear talk. You can tell when someone talks a lot, you can really, and it's expressive, you can tell there's also an intellect, there's an intelligence level there that for a young player, I was pretty impressed by just the way he handles himself in front of the media. That's a guy who's not close to being overwhelmed by, oh my gosh, I'm in the NFL. He seemed pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know how valuable that is, but I think it's something.
Update on Mansour Delane, still wearing the yellow jersey. I'm kind of hearing that that's probably going to continue for maybe a week or so. But I will tell you that today they were in shells, so it wasn't pads, and he was using both arms. Like, Andy Reid, I think one of the big quotes has been, he's a one-arm man. I think if you look at the player is feeling better because he was hand fighting with both hands. And so whatever the injury is, I think we're getting close to that practice jersey coming off, or that yellow jersey coming off. Like I said, I've heard like maybe a week, but I wouldn't be shocked if that ends up being a little bit sooner. I wouldn't panic if it ends up being, a little bit longer. I'm sure there's some timeline. But based on how he was using both arms, I would say that the player is feeling better.
Yeah.
He also got smoked, but he got beat for a touchdown by a guy who's not going to be on the squad. But is that because he wasn't using all of both arms? Is that because he's, a big part of his game is throwing guys off their balance, and so they don't get a release, and so he's using the arm, but he's not really popping with the arm? I don't know. I don't know where he's at, but I did notice. I'm like, okay, well, he's really using. Like, if you said, okay, watch him, tell me which arm's hurt. I watched a couple of reps down. We were down in the tent getting ready for the media session. And so I wasn't up high, and I would tell you that I wouldn't have been able to tell which one it was because he was using both arms. So he's getting better. I think Noel Williams is having a good camp. So I think if Delane can get healthy soon and live up to his draft status, and Noel Williams is who you want him to be, it's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Oh, yeah.
We liked what we saw out of Noel Williams at the end of last year, and I think that's carried over into training camp this year. So I think that's a good sign. I think I want to believe that they can put a secondary together that in the second half is 90% of what last year's was, with an upside of being better than last year's. I mean, the draft pedigree of Mansour Delane is higher than Trent McDuffie. Now, I am not going to predict that he's going to be better than Trent McDuffie until I see him actually get out on the field. But the draft pedigree, the markets said he's better, said he was the number one corner in his class. Now, you can be, the number one offensive tackle. Eric Fisher was probably the number one offensive tackle. Lane Johnson, I think, went in that draft too, right?
Like 6 or something like that.
So Lane Johnson would probably be graded ultimately as the best tackle, but he played on the right side, though, didn't he?
I think so.
And so, you can be the best left tackle in a draft class, and that doesn't necessarily mean, well, you're one of the all-time greats, which would be Eric Fisher, right? Eric Fisher went first, was probably the best in the class, but Eric Fisher was not better than,
than some guys who weren't even the consensus.
Yeah, some guys who weren't even the first offensive tackle in their group just because it was a better group. But, if Mansour Delane can be that, I think I am optimistic that Noel Williams can be everything Jalen Watson was and more. Again, higher draft pedigree. He went in the third round. By the Chiefs' estimation, they moved up to get him because they were surprised he was still there. And he's replacing a guy, Jalen Watson, that went in the seventh. Now, again, there are Hall of Famers that weren't drafted. Kurt Warner wasn't drafted. Does that mean we should assume anyone drafted has a higher ceiling than Kurt Warner? No, they missed on Kurt Warner. I think they're better with the draft today, but I will tell you that I am optimistic that the secondary, the corners can get to where they were collectively last year. I think it's unlikely that Mansour Delane will reach Trent McDuffie's level. I think he's probably more physically equipped to handle the bigger receivers, but maybe the smaller ones give him more trouble. Like maybe he is everything Trent McDuffie was. It just looks different in the sense that he's getting beat by little scat slot guys underneath that on a switch or a zone that he's got to handle, and he's mauling all the big boys. Like but against the Dallas Cowboys last year on Thanksgiving, you'd have taken that
for sure
because Trent McDuffie got worked over in that game
quite badly.
So I'm optimistic on the secondary, and then if the defensive line is a lot better, and I think it's going to be, and I think it's definitely going to be deeper, barring some kind of injuries between now and when they get to camp, I think that can add up to a better defense. I mean, Leo Chenal didn't even play 50% of the snaps.
Right.
So you definitely lose something with him. I mean, that's a regression. Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill, especially Tranquill being a year older, I think it's a bigger factor with him. Do they come back to the pack? Maybe. We'll see what Jeffrey Boss ends up being. He was dinged up, so
adding to the list.
Yeah, we'll see what he ends up being, if he can add to it, or anybody else. Cooper McDonald takes a step, who was the undrafted kid to make the roster. But I think the more important lines are up front and in the back. And I think the Chiefs have the potential to reach where they were in the back line last year, but I think there's a lot of upside to be better up front. And if they are defensively,
it's going to make everything else better.
You're in a good position.
And if the front's up better, obviously that's going to help the back line.
Patrick Mahomes, I was looking down at my scorecard and did not see how the play developed, but kept the football and took off running and ran for about 25 yards up the field. Now, no one's touching him, so I'm not saying he was zigzagging or doing things, but he ran full speed, 25 yards. I mean, that just, we know he can do it or he wouldn't be out there, but that's just encouraging. You just like seeing it. He had the red, like, spandex pants over the knee brace, and then his football pants over that. And there have been times where we see him out there in the shorts with the knee brace, and he fiddles with the knee brace a lot. Like, it's just not normal. It's not comfortable. And maybe they got to find a different one. Maybe they need to go to the knee brace company and say, listen, you got to come up with a mold of this guy's leg and build one that's perfectly for his. Because, I mean,
he's too important.
Well, he's a thick guy, so,
off the rack doesn't really work.
Right. It might be that his thigh's thicker, and so it's always sliding down from his thigh or whatever. But with that spandex on, that kind of seemed to hold it in place. He looked faster without seeing the knee brace. Maybe he was faster. Maybe the spandex helps hold it in place. I don't know. I'll be interested to see, because I think 2 days ago he wasn't dressed like that, but today he was dressed like that. And so having like the compression pants over the knee brace, maybe held the knee brace in place, and maybe that made him a little bit more mobile. Maybe he's feeling frisky because he took off running on this one. So that jumped out at me as something to watch.
Frisky Pat.
Yeah. And then I don't know what it's for, but Nico Remigio was not on the first team kick return. So I think it was DeMarcado and, well, I don't want to say, but I know he was on the second team. So you look at, okay, where are they going to go at wide receiver? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Nico Remigio. I think it'll be interesting to see how many wide receivers they keep. They've kept a whole bunch of guys in the past. They didn't end up doing anything. I would like to think they'll get away from that, and we'll see 5 or 6 kept. You know, I think Jalen Royals is probably fighting for a roster spot right now. You know, because I do think I think there are 4 receivers that have made the team, right, that are on this team. And that's your 3 starters and Cyrus Allen. After that, yeah, I don't think so. If I had to do a tally here, get a pen and put notes down. I'm going to tell you who I think is on the team, and that'll tell us how many different spots are actually up for grabs.
Got it.
Off what I've seen to this point, 3 quarterbacks: Mahomes, Fields, and Nussmeier.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're on the team. Running backs, DeMarcado, Johnson, and Walker are on the team. They'll keep a 4th, but I'm not convinced that Brashard Smith is on the team. I think he's probably the 4th, but I'm not overly convinced. Kenneth Walker, Emmett Johnson, and DeMarcado will make it. Wide receiver, there are 4 that are on the team. I'm not convinced anybody else is absolutely on the team. Tight ends, Noah Gray and Kelsey are there. Jared Wiley seems to be running a lot of things. There are 2 that are on the team. They'll definitely keep more than that, but I'm just going to put 2 that are definitely on the team. Offensive line, I think there are 9. There's your 5 starters, whoever loses right tackle. I think there's Nick Allegretti. I think there is Hunter Norzad, and I think Esa Pole. So I think you've got 9 offensive linemen, which they've kept 9 before. They've kept 10 before. Just going down the Chiefs depth chart in the order they do it. For me, there are only 2 linebackers. And I'm putting the number. I want to put the number that I think there will be for each spot. Okay. There are only 2 linebackers, Drew Tranquil and Nick Bolton, that I think are on the team. I think they will keep 5+. So I think in all likelihood that'll be Jeffrey Bossa. I don't think they'll walk on him. Jeffrey Bossa, Cooper McDonald, and probably Cole Christensen will get you to 5, and then does somebody else make it? Right? Defensive line. I'm going to put dots here. Let's see. I think on the team, Ashton Gelati, Chris Jones, Felix Onyeudike-Uzama, George Karlaftis, Kairos Tonga. I think Omar Normalat will come off the pup here in probably a couple of weeks, and he'll make it. Peter Woods, R. Mason Thomas, 2, 4, 6, 8.
8.
There's 8, and I think they'll keep 9+. And then in the defensive backfield, on the team, right? Doesn't mean that's all they're keeping, just on the team. Alohi Gilman's on the team. Shamari Connor's on the team. Chris Rowland Wallace is on the team. I think how much they're using him, Jaden Hicks is on the team. Kennedy's on the team. With the money, Christian Fulton is on the team. I'm not even going to put L'Jarius Sneed on the team yet. Mansour Delane is on the team. Noel Williams is on the team. And I think I think Xavier Wampa, the safety from Iowa, is on the team. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I've got 9, and I think there will be 10 plus. So on the team at this point, I have 19, 28, 30.
40, I think.
40. I have 40. So there are 13 players. There are 13 spots. And if I'm wrong, I could probably throw on the fourth. They probably know who the fourth running back is.
I guess 10. You're talking about
10.
three.
10 the 3 specialists we know. So I'll put 3 for 3 down here. So there are 10 players that are fighting for spots on the team. 10 players. I think we pretty much know the O-line. I think probably it'll be Wiley at tight end, and those will be your 3, unless Brenning Stool has some really big moments in the preseason games. There'll be a 4th running back. I do think, but when I hear that one thing, like when we do that exercise, I don't see any way they don't keep 3 quarterbacks. They talk about, well, do we keep 2 or 3 quarterbacks? I think that's a carrot to put out in front of Nussmeier and Oladokin that, hey, there's a 3rd spot. Go fight for it. But I think there's going to be 3 quarterbacks, and I think it'll be Garrett Nussmeier. I think that's where it'll go.
Because you know what Oladokin is, but you don't know what the other one is.
I think there's probably going to be there'll be at least one more defensive lineman. Where that comes from, I'm not really sure. That could come from the waiver wire, I'll be honest. It'll be interesting to see if anybody flashes there. And I think...
How about linebacker?
Linebacker, I think if you ask them, Cochran and McDonald to be on here, I've got 2, and Bossa, I think they'd say they have 5.
Yeah.
I think they know they're 5. For me, I'm putting 2, but I think they know they're 5, and they'll have 5, and maybe a 6th. But
there's 4, you're 10, if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, if I put the 3 other linebackers on there, and I put the running back on there, that's 4. The tight end 5, so I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
But I will say that I have a harder time finding who it's going to be than I do who do we have to cut. I will say that this exercise, and maybe just I've become too conservative in my old age from not wanting to be wrong, just like that. I don't really care about being wrong. I being wrong and then finding out why I was wrong is the interesting part of the job, I think. Like, okay, what I missed there? Makes you ask good questions. But so maybe it's as simple as that, or maybe this just speaks to how thin the roster is. But I kind of like I kind of like Peter Woods, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, and Ashton Gelati, and I think Felix Onudike Uzama, who's been kind of playing up and down the line, is a nice fit there. I think Tonga, if you're playing a team that really wants to run the ball, Tonga is out there with Chris Jones and maybe rotating Woods and Jones, keeping them fresh. Maybe you do put Jones out at defensive end a little bit more. The tight ends, the blocking on the tight ends just is not, if you really want to run with power, if you really want to get under center, I do have a little bit of fear on that.
Yeah. Be nice to have a Jason Dunn.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
Guy, you're just like, he's going to destroy you.
I mean, everybody like a Gronk.
Yeah, right.
Can really block and be a tremendous red zone threat. But
everyone would like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So I think things are starting to kind of come into focus. We're, a week from Saturday for the for the first game?
Yes, a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
9 days.
So they will practice tomorrow. They will practice Saturday. Then they're off Sunday. Then they practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mm-hmm. No practice on Friday. Play the game on Saturday afternoon, right? It's 3:00 game, I think, on Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
Okay.
At home against the Rams.
So I think the roster, we're starting to see, okay, where are the battle? Where, who's in the fight for these final spots? And I think that's kind of exciting. And maybe it's my Chiefs fandom, but I really like the defensive line to take a step forward, and I think that is one that is a false multiplier. Because if they're good, if they can pressure with 4, it's going to make the secondary a lot better.
We've seen from the other side of it, what that does to it for a defense.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for the Chiefs' perspective to go, oh, now we can do that to other people.
I also think Josh Simmons is going to be really good.
Yeah.
Sam McDowell spent a lot of time telling us about how, there only been like one team ever that had started a Super Bowl with a rookie tackle and they lost. No one had ever won the Super Bowl with a rookie left tackle. And I think it's because, there's a lot of learning to be done. But I think Josh Simmons has a chance to really solidify that and solidify it at a Pro Bowl level.
Yeah.
And if he's a Pro Bowl left tackle, you can, and if you got Andrew Wiley and Khalil Benson, you can help out over on that right side. You're in really good shape with that offensive line.
And also, I think there's also part of it. It isn't just the stat. It's what caused that stat. One of the factors that why a rookie tackle hasn't won a Super Bowl is because if he's a rookie tackle and he's starting, he's probably was a high draft pick, and you probably don't have a roster who's ready to win the Super Bowl. If you can somehow get a rookie tackle starting, and the rest of the roster is pretty good, that probably increases your odds quite a bit.
913-810-810. We'll open up the phone lines. We're talking about the Chiefs. I want to come back. I want to talk some Royals. Noah Cameron. What do the Royals have there? When does he excel? When does he not excel? Why has it been such a roller coaster ride for Noah Cameron? We'll get into that. 913-810-810. Chiefs, Royals, Sporting, K-State, KU, Missouri. Always a topic here in the program. You can hit me up on the Twitter. It's at Soren Petro, SORENPETRO. Program's off and running here on a Thursday. You listen to the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Soren, Petro, Kurtis, Seaboldt, Collier with you. Talk a lot of Royals baseball later on in the program. 5 o'clock hour, David Lesky joins us. Great blogger from Inside the Crown. Also, my partner on our Kaufman Corner podcast. We'll talk some Royals baseball with David Lesky.
Do you spell corner with a K?
No.
To get you so good.
No, and I will give credit. It was actually named by my previous partner and sometime moonlighting host now, the good Dr. Randy Giserli.
The MLB MD?
Yes, the MLB MD. He came up with it, and he liked the idea of it. Obviously, that's Kaufman in it. And the corner, because then the initials are KC.
Ah, I hadn't thought about that. Nice work.
There you go.
And it has the oral alliteration.
So it
AURAL.
That is how we settled on the name.
Nice.
Yeah,
works.
I'll take it.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. You know what sounds good? Noah Cameron spinning the baseball.
Oh boy.
Can you explain this roller coaster season of Noah Cameron's?
The best I could come up with is adjustment and readjustment. I mean, you come up and you're good, and other teams, they get a book on you and they make adjustments to you, and some pitchers can readjust and some can't. And the hope is that what we've seen of late is him readjusting to the adjustments that were made against him, and that it's not just baseball happens.
By the way, can I express I like the stat WAR, wins above replacement as a way to measure players. Noah Cameron has a 0.6, but there's a flaw in the system when Noah Cameron's a 0.6 and Randy Dobnak's a 1.6.
Yeah.
And I love what Randy Dobnak's doing. I'm not trying to take away from him. I'm just like, I get it. It's like, well, no, Cameron, when he's been bad, it's been really bad. He's negative. He's hurting you. I do understand how they arrive at that.
Yeah.
But I also think there's something to be said for the quantity of innings he's eating because of what overworking your bullpen does to a bullpen. So I do think that, it's different, right? Like I think Noah Cameron's not getting enough credit for a season, because what I think is interesting is Noah Cameron's 373 FIP. Do you know who the only starting pitcher with at least 9 starts this year who has a FIP below him? I'll even take it. Let's make it 8, because that'll let me add another guy in.
Not off the top of my head.
Let me see here, and let me see if I can just throw everybody in here. Literally anyone who started a game. So far I can. Yeah, literally, it doesn't even matter how many. If you made a start this year, which includes Mitch Spence, the only person with a fielding independent pitching lower than Noah Cameron's 373 is Chris Bubich's 371.
Wow.
Everybody else is higher. 392 for Waka, 426 for Lugo, 454 for Avila, 454 for Kolich. Let's see here. Come down here. Cole Reagan's obviously 618. We know he was having problems, but even Steven Cruz is an opener, 5.5. I mean, all of them are higher than that.
Wow.
But there's no doubt. There's good Noah Cameron and there's bad Noah Cameron. We had bad Noah Cameron until he changed his arm slot. Then it was fixed. Then suddenly bad Noah Cameron came back again, and then they fixed it by letting him call his own pitches.
Yeah.
Has there been a more bizarre moment?
No, not that I can think of, not offhand.
But like
crazy. When
he's going good, he's more than just like pretty good.
Yeah.
You
watch him and he's in a groove, you're like, damn, that's slider. He's throwing some.
He's great. Like last night he was great. 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts.
When he had to be great. His team wasn't scoring, and he was keeping the Twins at 1 all night.
And you have Michael Massey take what should have been at least 1 out, a chance for 2, but I think nice play by the base runner to peel back towards first. At that point, you got to just eat it and go, okay, I'm going to take the 1 out and run him back to first and tag him out. I know what Michael Massey was thinking, like, Oh, I got him. Oh, he's backed up. Well, now maybe we have time to go get him at first, and then we'll come back down and get the double play. He was trying to get the double play. Fundamental baseball is make sure of one. After you've got one, then you go for the second. And I know that's coach speak, because if you want to get two, you got to turn it. You got to move the ball. So you're going quicker than you don't just, let me do a nice, easy throw, make sure he catches it for one. No, you send it over there so he can catch it quickly and send it on. So that's a great adage for Little League coaches to tell you, be sure of one. But be sure of one while going quickly, so we might get two, is reality of what you will teach. So I get what he was thinking, but it's still, when they have all the base running mistakes that they make, it's tough to just excuse it away and say it's not bad baseball.
Yeah, when you have Jack Caglione being thrown out trying to steal.
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
And just all their base running blunders, it's tough to be like, well, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I mean, Cotrero protected his player last night and said, well, it's a judgment play. It's a judgment play. Every play's a judgment play. Can I get to the ball or not? Should I let it drop or do I dive for it? They're all judgment plays. I mean, I'm not trying to listen, and I'm not on the Matt Quatrero's got to go. And I had somebody up at camp say to me, like, is it me or does Matt Quatrero absolutely have to go? Like that game, and this was yesterday, so this would have been talking about Tuesday's game. I mean, was that not, like, isn't that the obvious reason why you have to let him go? And I'm like, no. But I get where people's mindset is, but that is frustrating. I'll get to Michael Massey in a minute, but Noah Cameron then didn't melt.
No.
Right? And there are people that would melt in that moment.
Nope.
And his strikeouts are better than I think people realize. I mean, he's got 116 Ks in 123 and 2/3. Ks per nine, 8.4. Up from last year's 7.4, which was up from what he usually did in the minors.
And someone noted that he's the fifth pitcher ever to have 3 consecutive starts of at least 7 hits with no more than, or 7 innings and no more than 2 hits. But he's only the third ever to do it with the DH. Justin Verlander in 2019 and Randy Johnson in 97. Are those guys any good?
I mean, we always say the stat is as good as the company that it keeps.
Yes.
And the company there is tremendous.
One guy is the last 300-game winner, and the other guy is the guy who was chasing it until this year. That's
and they're both Hall of Famers.
Yes, easy first ballot. Verlander's going to go in 2 seconds after he's eligible. But and then Noah Cameron.
So are you a believer in Noah Cameron?
The fact that I had to think about it would have to automatically say not yet.
I'm a believer in Noah Cameron, but I'm also a believer in not, like, how many years do you want to buy on Noah Cameron? He had Tommy John as a kid.
Yeah.
Or somewhere along the way in his career. And, like, how his velocity's been ticking up, not like just over 2 starts where you're like, it's about ready to let go. I mean, he has been building velocity over the years, so he's throwing harder, which, puts more stress on the arm.
He's 27, which usually the strikeout comes a little earlier than that. It's a couple, if I remember right, when we looked at that, it's a couple years earlier than the power for hitters. He just turned 30.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
And the hitters are kind of creeping up towards 26. That stat's becoming more 26 than it was 27. Maybe it's because guys, they have less minor league teams and they're coming to the bigs quicker, getting the experience quicker. I don't know what the advanced details are on that, but
he's also a young 27. He hadn't been in the majors that long.
But Noah Cameron, if you believe in signing starting pitchers, he's only counted 1 big league season at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Because of when he came up last year. And they didn't manipulate him. They just didn't think he was ready, and they didn't have a need for him.
Yeah.
And then they brought him up.
Arbitration eligible in 29, free agent in 32.
Yeah. So,
according to what I'm looking at here.
Yeah. So he's got 5 more years of team control after this year. So, like, this will all come back to, like, do you believe in Jack Caglione? Sign him this offseason. Do you believe in Carter Jensen? Sign him this offseason. Do you believe in Noah Cameron? I wouldn't sign pitchers. I would develop pitching and then keep flipping the guys when they get to the end. But that's the good news. They've got 2 years of production from him, and they still got 5 more years of control, which means you can pitch him 3 more years and still he has the maximum value for a team to acquire and still have 2 years. Or if they would acquire him at the deadline of that year, they'd have the rest of that year and a full year. So to me, there's going to be, if he can pitch well for the next 4 years, you're going to have multiple opportunities to flip him for a lot. And that's what the Royals should be doing with all their young pitching that they develop, because they just almost all of them get hurt.
Yes. Yes. I've heard someone say there are 2 types of pitchers, those who have been hurt and those who are going to be hurt.
Yeah.
Just about.
What could explain, besides the arm slot and the calling his own pitches, how about who's behind the dish?
Mm-hmm.
It's of note he's thrown 3 really good games behind, and he's been the guy calling the pitches. And in all 3 of them, it was Salvador Perez that was behind the dish and not Carter Jensen.
Yes.
So now, is that to say that they don't like the way Salvi calls a game, or he doesn't like the way Salvi calls a game? Or is it just I want control? But as far as who he throws to, we were looking this up today, it does make a difference who he throws to. You've got what are his ERAs this year between Salvi and Carter Jensen?
This year, his ERA with Salvador Perez, 8 games, 1.94. With Carter Jensen, 9 games, 5.94.
So 4 runs difference.
Yeah. And the offensive numbers, opponent's OPS with Salvi, 484, with Jensen, 828.
Wow. So he basically, when he's with Carter Jensen, everybody is this year's Bobby Witt.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe even a little bit better. I don't even know if Bobby's still up that high. All right, how about last year? How did it shape up?
Last year, 15 starts with Salvador Perez, 2.93. Only 2 with Carter Jensen, 3.86.
So about a run.
Yeah. Yeah. And the numbers there, OPS 624 with Salvi, 650 with Jensen, so 25 points better there. So a little, but that's also yet 2 games. You know, for his career, the difference is.
What's Luke Maley or any of the other guys? Or has he not thrown to any of them?
Let me see. 2 to Luke Maley, 720.
Okay.
3 to Elias Diaz, 574. Last year.
Well, that's comforting, because then Carter Jensen isn't the worst.
Yeah.
It's not like literally anybody can catch him and he's better.
Yeah. Last year he had 6 with Freddie Fermin. It was 3.31, which is still better, was second best. For his career, it's 257 with Salvi and 552 with Carter Jensen. 23
So
games
3 runs.
to Salvi and 11 with Jensen, so half the sample size. But we're getting up there to where that number is important, and it's almost exactly 3 runs. And the difference in OPS is from 574 to 796, more than 200 points difference in OPS.
Wow. So when you read that, and that's just with Noah Cameron, but Noah Cameron, as we said, is a guy you have 5 years of team control with.
Yeah.
When you read that and you see Blake Mitchell coming along, are you thinking about where you can put Carter Jensen? Where else Carter Jensen might be able to play?
Maybe. It's the team numbers are much more even.
Okay.
If you look at last year, and you can't do 2 years combined on this because it's not a career; it's a career thing. When looking at Cameron's numbers, last year it was 424 with Perez and 459 with Jensen, so still better with Salvi. And this year, 450 with Perez, 470 with Jensen, so
pretty close
closer.
There.
Yeah.
So then everybody else. So then Carter Jensen's probably pretty good with everybody else.
Yeah.
Because it's so weighted towards Salvi.
Right.
That everybody else, Carter Jensen's probably better than Salvi.
Yeah. If you take Cameron's starts out, it's that way. So maybe just the fact that it's who's he catching other than Cameron? He's catching a lot of Michael Wacha and Seth Lugo, guys who really don't need as much from their catcher, maybe. And maybe with Cameron, it's kind of there's been some not bouncing around from who calls this game. How different are they? He maybe has leaned more on his catchers early on in his major league career. Might also be why he's decided, I'm just going to do what I can do because I can't have two catchers who are calling a different game, maybe, or something like that. I'm just trying to find some possible angle about why it would be different with Cameron than it is with almost everyone else.
Now, Kay, I'm curious. Is this team ERA or is this starters specifically? I'm curious.
It just says pitching by catcher.
Okay.
So that's
the whole team.
The entire team, yeah.
I'm curious how Tyler Tolbert's numbers reflect in there. If they inflate somebody's numbers a little bit.
As to who that's, you know what?
I'm going to
Who's Tyler
look up
Tolbert
Tyler Tolbert's pitching numbers by catcher.
I love this idea.
That's not a bad point. His 25 ERA is hanging on one of the catchers. Or maybe not. Maybe it's hanging on both.
It's fantastic.
I mean, it's not like he had 2 good outings and 3 bad ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, Tyler. I didn't think I'd be looking up Tyler Tolbert pitching splits.
Yeah, but here we are.
Here we are. It's been that kind of season, folks. All right, let's come down here. With Luke Maile in one game, 1 inning, he has a 54 ERA.
That's
Okay.
rough.
Oh, Luke Maile sucks.
Oh, he's terrible.
That guy can't catch.
With Carter Jensen, 4 appearances, 17.18.
Oh, way better than his overall.
Yeah, he's Johnny Bench back there.
Yeah. And then nothing with Salvi?
No. He's had Jensen 4 times and Maile once.
I give you the Tyler Tolbert numbers.
Yeah. Where he really struggles, though, is with Charlie Ramos behind the plate. It's 2.172 OPS. That's kind of rough.
Jeez, what is the MAC? 4,000? If you hit a home run every time, your OPS would be 4,000. Is that right?
Yeah. It's not bad. Or not good.
Or no, would it be 5,000? What's the maximum? If you hit a home run every at bat, what would your slug be? If you're 1 for 1,
4 bases per.
So it'd be 4,000.
Yeah, before. Yeah.
And then your on base would be 1,000. So 5,000 is the maximum OPS.
Maximum OPS. Yeah. That's right. Because you're adding the 2. Weird stat.
Wow. So, listen, I like Noah Cameron. That's my bottom line here. I don't think we can draw a long conclusion about the problem is Carter Jensen behind the dish, because I think when you look at the overall numbers, the rest of the team, but it's why you probably need a catcher that he likes, that Noah Cameron likes throwing to.
Yeah.
Like Maddox always had his personal catcher. I'm not saying Noah Cameron's Maddox, but right now this year, they're not in sync. I think Seth Lugo calls his own pitches too. He's always pressing on his hip. He keeps it on his hip. Some guys keep it on their glove. Like I was watching one of the Japanese pitchers had it on his glove, and it was on the outside of his glove, and he was pressing whatever on the glove. And so, listen, that might be the new way. New wave might be what everyone's doing. 913-3-810-810. Let's go to the phones. Raymond, you're in the program. Raymond, what's going on, buddy?
Good Thursday. Thanks for taking my call. Soren, can you name the university that the Chiefs have selected a first-round pick the most in the NFL draft? And my second question and third question, what constitutes a diva in the NFL? And in their contract year, does an NFL player give 100%? And when DeLong was brought up after he was drafted, he made a comment about the Chiefs not wanting to pay a cornerback, that they trade him away, and I was wondering what you took from that. So I'll hang up and listen to you.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
All right, I appreciate the call, and I appreciate the questions. What constitutes a diva? You might be able to look. Did he want first-round pick for the Chiefs or all picks?
I'm certain it's LSU.
Yeah,
because that's something we've looked at before. He said college first-round picks.
LSU's up there. I'd have to go back and see.
Pretty sure I'll check that out, but I'm almost
you have
certain.
Harvey Williams and Dwayne Bowe.
Which is probably why he...
Mansour Delane and
Tyson
Jackson and Glenn Dorsey and...
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah. I mean, LSU's got to be... they got to be near the top would be my guesstimate. On that, but what constitutes a diva? I don't know. How do you define diva? Is a diva like they're good but they're a pain in the ass, or is a diva just a pain in the ass?
Right, because I feel like Jamar Chase can be a pain in the ass, but I wouldn't call him a diva.
Because he's good?
Because he's really good.
Yeah, I don't know how he is to coach. I mean, I know he's a quote machine sometimes and has some attitude in the interview sessions.
I think Stephon Diggs in Buffalo, that was a diva.
That's a diva. There you go.
Because he had 1,400 yards one year and was still bitching about not getting the ball.
Storming around on the field, showing up as quarterback. I do think a diva tends to be, you have to have some skills to be a diva. So, yeah, I think Stephon Diggs is a good example. That's a diva. I need attention. Look at me over here. And you can tolerate the diva for a while, but when the diva's not hot no more, gots to go. And being hot in the NFL means being productive. So yeah, I think that's a great one, Kyle. I think Stephon Diggs is the place to go. And what was I just wrote down Delane? What was the angle on Delane? What do I think of him?
No, Delane had said it was pretty obvious that they had to trade McDuffie because they didn't want to pay him.
Yes, but why did I write down Delane then? I thought he had a question about Mansour Delane.
Yeah, well, Delane apparently said that.
Oh, no, I know what he said. Now I remember it. Delane said, yeah, they trade guys because, they don't really want to pay guys. Well, that's not true. I mean, maybe at his position, because they've traded L'Jarius Sneed, they've traded Trent McDuffie, they let Charvarius Ward walk, they let Jalen Watson walk. Yes, fair. But they've paid other players. But I think to accuse the Chiefs of saying, hey, they feel like they can replace me with a cheaper cap option, yes, fact. What's my reaction to it? True. But I think if you were truly elite and you're, like, I think Trent McDuffie at 25, the Chiefs would like to have signed him. Personally, I would never sign a corner to a second contract. I would always just be drafting plenty of corners, make sure I've got good secondary coaches to develop them, because I think that it is above all positions the position that's tied most to quick twitch. And that goes away early. And I've mentioned the top 10 corners are oftentimes all 25 or younger. So I don't want to be paying for 27, 28, 29, and 30 years old for a cornerback. All right, wrapping up hour number 1 here in the program. Coming up, Peter Yates-Enoch, Todd Lebo will join us. We'll play There Can Be Only One. We'll get into some questions about Noah Cameron. Got a Mizzou, a K-State, KU question. Quarterbacks, part of the subject matter there. Bob Witt question. Mm-hmm. Think you got it figured out?
No, I have no idea.
Another local baseball phenom question that's in there for There Can Be Only One. And then we'll play Stump the Chumps. Coming up a little bit later on, Blair Kirchhoff will be with us in the 4 o'clock hour, and in the 5, David Lesky to talk some more Royals baseball. So big afternoon coming your way here in the program. Right now we'll take a break, come back, get things rolling. There Can Be Only One is next here in the program.
All right, who's the only other Royals pitcher to have back-to-back games of 7 innings with 2 hits or fewer? Brought to you by Twin Peaks.
There can be only one right answer, that is. It is the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Petro, Seaboldt, Collier. We welcome to the equation one Peter Yates-Enoch, one Todd Lebo. Gentlemen, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Todd says he's ready today, ready to kick some tails. So
Next segment, I've got some good stuff. I think you should get 4 or 5 of the answers on one of these.
You think so?
For you, yeah.
no.
All for Pete?
Yeah,
No, Pete
There's
specials?
lots for everybody, but especially
Okay.
Pete.
You've been eating pretty good the last couple of weeks, Soren. So I'm not making any claims on this show.
Okay.
When
All
I
right.
win, it's an upset.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's football season now, Pete, that we've got football practice, or do you need
I'm gonna watch
tonight's
tonight.
Hall of
I'm
Fame
watching-
game?
Yeah, I'm watching
to
It's
launch
football,
the
isn't it?
evening?
Yeah. Yeah, a buddy of mine, my lawyer, he loves that Canadian football. I said, no, man, I'm sorry.
You don't watch?
No.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's some good athletes in there, and
It's
there used to be.
It's
Hell,
football.
the Chiefs used to have a lot of guys. Look, that's where Kurt Murs came from, among others. So they had a lot of guys in the.
What about
Canadian
the
Football League.
what about the immortal Mark Boerichter
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
coming
So-
straight out of the
But there are
the
some
CFL?
good athletes in there. Used to be an Iowa farm system up in Canada. University of Iowa had so many guys playing in the Canadian Football League. But no, tonight's the night to start. That's it.
Yeah, well, looking forward to it.
If you haven't seen Carson Beck play in a while, it's your chance.
All right.
Is who's? I don't even know who's playing. Who's in the game?
It's the Panthers and Cardinals, and you're not getting the starters. Carson Beck
Oh,
is
that's
playing for the
miserable.
Cardinals, apparently.
Tonight's
Kenny Pickett as
I
well.
just want to see
You know he's a Panther?
NFL uniforms on a field. Okay,
And these are the
there's-
traditional ones that you
Yeah,
love so
there's
much.
there's the uniforms.
Yeah, right.
I'll watch for a quarter.
You're right.
Then I'm
That's good enough for you.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not going to glean
I just
much.
want to see
About me
Jeremiah
too.
Love stay healthy.
Yeah, he's not playing, so you'll be fine
What-
there.
what's your
Oh, thank
alternative? The
God. Yeah.
Royals.
To me,
Yeah.
that first game is always. I just want to see NFL uniforms on grass. Okay, there it is. Cool, or whatever it is.
Switch over to the Royals.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, both. Come over and watch both if you want. All right, gentlemen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, let's get things started here. I will begin you with this one. Noah Cameron won his team-leading 6th game.
My God.
6 wins. How many wins leads the Royals in 26? There are a couple with 5, several with 4. What is the number?
Who's up first here?
We began last week with Pete. That means Kyle Cheesy Poofs is going to lead us off here.
Haven't we done a question like this before?
We did. We before the year we said how many wins will lead it. If you, I
We're
will
not close, are we?
No, let's answer,
And then you'll tell us?
I will come back and I will remind everybody
How bad
what
it was?
very early
How
in the
awful we
year
were?
we thought was going to lead the Royals.
Unless we bought into
All
Cole
right, I'm
Reagan.
going to say Noah Cameron wins 4 more. He gets to double digits.
Write that down, Curtis. Make a point of it because I'm looking for that number. I looked it up last night. I want to make sure so you got it so I can fill that in while I look it up. All right. After Kyle comes, what is it? Come around to me?
You.
I am going to go with 9. I will take 9. We'll get it. 9 wins. That takes us to Curtis.
Yeah, I can't push it to double digits. I'll take 9.
Okay. And then, oh, yeah, okay, I
Me.
found it. And then we go to Todd.
I got it. It's got it. 10? I mean, got to be. No, let me do this. I'll go crazy. 11.
Whoa.
Let's take it to
Oh,
11.
Okay, so 9
let's
for
do
me.
11.
How much for Curtis?
9.
9.
Todd
Kyle
just went
for
11.
10, and I went 11.
We go to Pete.
Pete's
Ed
going
the
17.
Cooperstown 11.
11.
11.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what did Kyle say?
10.
10. Okay. So I got to go back to line number 512 on the spreadsheet. I
We
had to
like
find
him
it.
like you do, Soren.
This is how many wins will lead the Royals. This is on. We did this
I
on
think I was
February
low on this.
19th.
I had to have been low.
This is one of the first ones we did. How many wins will lead the Royals pitchers this year? Right? And I put Michael Walker led him last year at 10 and 13. He was 10 and 13 overall. He had 10 wins. Let's see. We'll go. Kyle and Curtis said 15.
Okay.
That was low?
Pete and Todd said 16.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
boy.
Thought it was low.
And I said 18.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
man.
Who did you think it would be?
Cole Reagan's.
Reagan's. Oh, yeah. that's
You
why
can't
it's-
quit on Reagan's.
Because later on, I couldn't coming into this year. Later on, I found a question in there of like I had Cole Reagan's like 3rd or 4th in the Cy Young or something.
Oh boy.
I've still got him.
And
leading
what
the
was
team
low
in
there?
saves.
15?
15.
15.
You still got him what?
Leading the team in saves. I remember when he said
Yeah, that's right. That was his bold prediction, was that Cole Reagans would lead the team in saves. I like that one. All right, so now we're at 9, 9, 10, and 11. So I've gone the opposite direction because I'm on the low end.
I'm
this
still
time.
over.
So, all right, the Chiefs. Which non-skill position player scores a TD first in 2026? And this is scores an offensive TD. So we're looking at a tackle eligible.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at somebody coming in at fullback and getting a dive play or something
So
along
we're
those
calling
lines.
fullbacks non-skilled.
Yes, non-skill
Anthony
position.
Sherman, non-skilled. Just making sure.
No. I'm saying there is
I know
no
what you're
fullback
saying.
on the team.
I
You know what
they
I'm
don't
getting
have-
at.
I know what you're getting at.
And I thought this up because they don't have a fullback.
Right.
And so I am going to go with Kairos Tonga will be the fullback. I have not seen anything like that, but both
Who in
Kairos,
the hell is
That's
Cyrus?
the kid from New
Kyrie's
England.
the-
He did it last year up there.
yes, he played fullback for the Patriots last year in short yardage situations at times. He's a nose tackle that they signed this year for like,
Is he going to make the team?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, they give him like $7-8 million a year.
Big
Well,
kid.
I mean, don't fart that off. I mean, they'll pay anybody.
But we'll be farting off nothing in this program. But yeah, I'm going to go with Kairos Tonga. But also I will point out that Peter Woods has done it at Clemson,
Mm-hmm.
and they have no blocking tight end. So I would assume short yardage is going to see some offensive tackles or offensive guards out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put them
they've
into the
thrown
mix.
the ball to tackles. Yeah, they've definitely done
I
that.
put them into the mix. And then there's always the we fumble and Creed Humphrey falls on it
Mm-hmm.
type of approach to things. So I'm going Kairos Tonga. Curtis.
Peter Woods.
Okay, Peter Woods. Lebo.
I'm Tonga as well.
I just figure, yeah, okay. I don't know what to say. Pete.
0.
Oh, nobody.
None.
No, you have to pick somebody.
Oh, I have to pick somebody.
Because we'll either all get it wrong or somebody will hopefully get it right.
Give me Kunga or Tunga. What?
I'm going to give you Kunga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
Tunga Vailoa.
The rest of us will take
Give me
Kairos
Kunga or
Tonga.
give me Death.
It's also an unskilled player.
Josh Malunga.
Kyle.
It's true.
I'm gonna say Chris Jones finally gets it done.
Oh,
I think I would put some odds on Chris
Lobbying for
Jones
it,
on the board.
yeah.
Because he's lobbied for it in the past, and so I think he's got a chance to do it. All right, local Kansas City kid, the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, right now has 195 strikeouts. How many does he finish with? Curtis, you're up first.
I'll say he finishes with 279.
Okay, 279 for Curtis. Lebo,
So he's got 8 starts left, maybe,
At least 8.
probably.
yeah, probably about like that, a little less than a third of the season.
277.
Okay, Pete,
243.
243.
I like him, though.
Yeah, you got him getting hurt, I think.
No, I don't think so, but I think 243 is not as good as 255. So put me down for 255.
Okay, 255.
Please.
255. You're annoying me even more now. I'll tell you why in a second. Kyle,
I think Pete's got the right idea. They're gonna have him dial it back a little bit. Give me 250.
250. Okay. Well, so I'm going to stick with my number that I had on here. Now I'm going to drop it a little bit. I'm going to drop it play position. I'll take 267 because I think they skip them once or twice in there, get them out because they're in the playoffs, so they can start trying. And they're also going to try to position him to be the number one, be the first game starter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they get the bye though, then they don't have to play for like a week, right?
Who knows?
But they're in a fight with the Dodgers. So they're probably going to have to go down to the
Trying
end.
to go for
so
the one.
yeah, I'm going to put him down for 267, which is amazing because you see those strikeout numbers and you think he was like Garrett Cole had 370 something a couple of years ago. He's not even
Oh, man.
he's not even close to where that is. I think he's on pace for 284 right now. By the way,
Over 300 is a pretty good
Oh,
work.
In today's
Phenomenal.
world, you just
Yeah.
don't pitch as
Phenomenal.
much.
okay, too bad Curtis wasn't leading off on this. I should have given it to Curtis. We'll go with Todd Lebo, Missouri's quarterbacks, whoever they are.
Okay.
Throw for how many touchdown passes this year?
What did it total
Here's
up to
what they have
last year,
thrown
about-
the last 6 years.
Okay.
Collectively, they have thrown 15, 14, 23, 14, 20, and 9.
everyone likes this kid, Isaiah Simmons,
Mm-hmm.
but 20.
Okay.
I mean, 20.
20.
That's all of them together.
Whoever it is.
21.
21. Oh, okay. All right. All right, Pete.
17 here.
Okay. Kyle.
23.
I think they unleashed the fury.
42 for Petro.
I think they unleashed the fury. Put me down for 25.
Insanity.
No, 24. 24. I'll go 24. Curtis.
Well, I don't think Isaiah Simmons is going to throw any. Austin
Simmons. I've said that every time with him.
might throw 22.
But it's all.
And they're going
Yeah,
to
I
run
don't.
the ball.
I
go 22?
think
He's taking all the snaps.
You want to know
so.
why I backed down from 25 to 24? I'm like, Curtis is a pessimist. No way he goes
No,
higher.
he's going to go higher. Yeah.
So why am I taking one number away from my chances of winning? Let's
Yeah.
back that down to 24.
If you went 25, I was going to go 24 right in the middle between the two of you.
Well, my plan worked like
It
to
did.
perfection. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
Love it when a plan comes together.
I do. All right, Pete is up first on this. How many rushing yards for Avery Johnson this year for the K-State Wildcats with Colin Klein back calling the shots? He has rushed for 477 last year, 605 the year before, and 296 his first year. He was the backup his first year, it should be pointed out.
I like him for 620 this year.
Pete goes 620.
I think he's going to run the ball, and he does run it nicely if he doesn't get injured.
Give me 750.
750.
750.
This all comes down to health.
Yeah, it does.
It all comes down to health. Give me 790.
Boy, I'm low.
I'm going to say he's healthy. Curtis.
I think he's one of those guys that almost has a number that he can only get to this, because if he runs often enough to get anything beyond that, he's going to get hurt. So I'm going to say 690.
Okay. 690. Lebo.
I'm going high. They're going to run the quarterback and their schedule soft. 1,001.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay. I thought about doing that, but all right. 1,001 for Todd. Todd, the high water man on that one. All right, let's go to now the Kansas Jayhawks. Same question as we had for Mizzou. How many touchdowns?
Oof.
Kansas, why don't I just read what I wrote? Kansas quarterbacks throw for how many
Take two.
TD passes in 26?
What were their numbers last?
Last 6 years, which is the Leipold regime.
Yeah.
23, 15, 24, 32, and 15. That actually might stretch 1 year beyond Leipold. I can't remember. But it had Jalen Daniels in it.
And Jason Bean for a big chunk of 1 year. Who did
Jason
a nice
Bean's
job.
in there two
Yeah.
or three different times. So collectively, 23, 15, 24, 32, 15. We led with Pete, so we're on Kyle. Kotelnicki's back.
He's back.
19.
19. Not a believer. 22 for me. Curtis.
I'm going to say 17.
At 32 4 years ago. Todd.
Mm-hmm.
I think
40.
he's going to help
Go
a
40.
lot, but I just don't know enough about the quarterbacks right now. So 25.
25. Pete.
21.
Oh, hang on a second. I jumped. 25. You go 21?
Yes.
Okay. And then, okay, that's everyone. All right. So we go from 17 to 25 on that
That's
one.
good range.
All right. The trade deadline is over. So simply put, the World Series winner will be you started, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
So I am going to take the Milwaukee Brewers. This is it. We get it done. And it ruins the negotiations because everybody – it's like, see, the small market teams can win.
They can win.
It's not that hard. Curtis. Take the Dodgers. You're a coward.
Phillies.
Oh, okay. That'd be a good storyline.
Thought about Braves, but I'll punch the ticket on the Phillies.
Todd Liabo.
You know
Sports
what? Let's
Radio
do this one.
810.
Let's do the Braves.
Atlanta
That's my second shot.
Braves.
We're not on this AL, are we?
Not yet. We're not. No, Pete.
Screw you guys. I'll take the Dodgers.
Okay.
Coward.
Pete.
Thank you.
Old Chalk Pete. Taking the faves. Loves to lay that 31 points to the Little Sisters of Mercy. He'll be doing that on the Fat Jack pick segment here pretty soon.
I still got to get that cup, too.
I got Alabama minus 77
Money line.
against directional Nazarene. When you're a religious school with the direction, you're taking an ass kicking that day. I'm going to tell you that right now. You better some Hail Marys on the way to the.
I had Missouri plus 75 against OU in '86 and lost.
Came up
Lost
short.
it.
Yeah.
Couple short, almost.
Couple points.
Kyle
Tampa.
Yeah, I almost
Tampa.
thought about that.
Bay Rays.
That'll be an even better argument for the small market.
Yeah. Oh God, if it's Rays and Brewers, we're
No,
doomed.
it's
And what does
toast.
that
We're
get you?
changing
Arguing
nothing.
about a small market. What does that get you?
It'll get us no
Nothing.
change in baseball.
85
Exactly.
people will watch.
All right. Bob Witt Jr.'s last day playing for the Kansas City Royals, playing in the lineup, not on the roster and hurt. Last day, Bobby Witt Jr. plays for the Royals. We started with who on that last one? We started with Pete. Is that right? No, we started with me. So it's Kurtis. So he is signed through the opt-out is after 30.
After 30, yeah.
If he opts out. And then if he doesn't opt out, he's got what?
7 years of team options.
Is that what it is?
31 to 37 player team option.
Okay.
Curtis is going to say
I'm
November
gonna
4th.
say
37.
I'll say it's September 29th, 2030.
Okay. So he opts out and the Royals wave goodbye. Okay. Lebo?
July,
So then they're not in the playoffs, by the way, that year either.
Right.
Okay. So trade deadline-ish.
July 26th, 2029.
Okay. Pete.
Let's go 2032 and
End of the
September
year.
28th.
September 28th.
So end of the year,
Uh,
32.
I should have
Okay.
looked at a calendar and found out what the last Sunday was in September of 30 to say.
You don't have that memorized,
more
Rain Man?
accurate.
Come on, let's go.
Not off the top of my head.
Kyle.
End of the year 2030.
I need a date. Everybody else is giving a date.
27th.
Mhm.
9/27 of what?
33.
33.
That could be a wild card game by then. They start these seasons in early March.
I think they will. Depends on if they're winning.
What date did I say? 29th?
Yes.
That is the last. That is the final Sunday.
See,
I got
told you,
lucky.
Rain Man, good job.
I got lucky. If I'm still around then, I will maybe win.
They put a
I will take.
big video up for him. The new stadium.
Yeah.
If they win the year before, they're not going to move him. They're going to just eat it. So I'm going to go.
They don't move people, Petro.
I
I've
know.
seen this.
You went
I
basically
went crazy.
trade deadline of 29.
And give him a year of power to trade, not to rent a player.
So I'm going to go. So the last game, yeah. So I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking. I'm going 9. I'll say. Well, it goes a day back, so 29. So probably
Sometimes.
I'll say 9/29. Oh no, I'll just say because no one else is on this year. I'll just say 9/30 of 29.
Yeah.
And they trade him in the offseason.
Off-season trade.
Yeah, off-season trade with
More
1 year
time-
left.
More
With
time
1 year
to
left.
think about the trade.
They send him packing. That's what I've got. There it is. There can be only one right answer. We'll take a break, come back, play a little Stump the Chumps. If you provide a final Chumps question to Kyle, send it to Kyle at 810WHB.com. If you send that to Kyle and we use your question, then you will get a free oil change from our friends at Big O Tires. You know Big O Tires. It's the team you trust with 15 locations around the metro, making it so easy for you to get tires, but also to get your car serviced. That's right. Big O Tires has got you covered if it's whether it's basically tires, whether it's service. They've got their healthy car special. That's just $39.95. Includes a conventional oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, and more. Just $39.95. Book your appointment today at BigOTires.com.
The Program with Soren Petro.
Hooray for Grunny! Hooray at last! Hooray for Grunny! He's a horse's ass.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen up. Do you have any kind of plumbing problems? You just heard Tim Grunhard there. He may be a horse's ass, but I'll tell you, he's the guy that hooked me up with the Plumbing Pro. I'm now telling you, if you've got any kind of plumbing problems, the one to know is the Plumbing Pro. Coach Steve and his crew were absolutely fantastic. They did an unbelievable job already over the last couple of years, about 3-4 different times for us. Most recently, had a toilet that wouldn't stop running. Listen, I tried to fix one of those situations a couple of years ago. I basically blew an entire Saturday. Don't you have tea times? Don't you have kids' games to go to? Don't you just want to sit and watch some ball games? You want to be messing around on a college football Saturday or an NFL Sunday trying to fix plumbing? Don't. Have the Plumbing Pro come. The one to know is the Plumbing Pro. You can find them online right now at theplumbingpro.com or just call 816-763-8200. Listen, other plumbers have names on the door that have been around for a while, but do your research. You'll find out that most of them have sold out. Yeah, the new company kept the name, but they're not in town. It's just a numbers game for them, sending out people that come and go all the time. Steve's crew is his crew. They're the best plumbers in Kansas City. They've been serving this town since 1980. So if you can't do a load of laundry, if the shower's not hot, if the drain won't drain, or even if you have one of those mainline problems, that's right, there's no plumbing problem that's too big for the Plumbing Pro. They can also even redo that bathroom. In fact, right now, ask for the Petro deal. Get $2,000 off a new tub or shower replacement. They did a fantastic job on my mom's bathroom. They'll do a great job on yours as well. Go to theplumbingpro.com. That's theplumbingpro.com or just call 816-763-8200. Plumbing problems, the one to know is the Plumbing Pro.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's true. WeatherTech Renovations provides comprehensive and flexible preventative maintenance programs for your commercial roof system that can reduce annual roof expenditures by 30%, extend the roof system's life by 10 or more years, and reduce or eliminate costly interior damage. Each preventative maintenance program is custom designed for the roof's unique conditions and the owner or property manager's unique needs. Call WeatherTech Renovations to get a free evaluation. 816-988-8957. That's 816-988-8957.
Still driving around with hail or storm damage? Stop waiting and get that damage fixed today. At Reed Collision Centers, we have openings for paintless dent repair or any other repairs you might need to have done. Summer memories should be about road trips, not vehicle damage. Whether it's a dent, scratch, hail damage, or collision repair, Reed Collision Centers are ready to help. Our experienced technicians repair nearly all makes and models and are trusted by drivers throughout the Kansas City area. Take the first step today and see why drivers trust Reed Collision Centers. Visit reedcollision.com.
Ready services, plumbing and air conditioning.
That's right. It's time to play a little Stump the Chumps, brought to you by our friends at Big O Tires. The team you trust is Big O Tires. They've got financing available for any budget, so make sure you ask about that. 15 locations around the metro to take care of you. High temperatures mean low prices at Big O Tires. Now through the 31st, save up to $120 instantly on four select in-stock Nexen, Nitto, or Sumitomo tires with installation purchase, plus get a $100 mail-in rebate on select purchases with your Big O Tires and service credit card. It's at Big O Tires. Drop off, pick up. They got a shuttle. They'll make that happen for you. They make it so easy at Big O Tires. Go see them today. Find the location nearest you at bigotires.com. What is that smirk?
That smirk says that Jennifer Lopez is a diva. You were talking about divas in the. Well, she's a perfect.
Can she run an out route?
Because she's
is diva a compliment or is it a problem?
Well, a diva normally is an opera term. Obviously, we all know that.
I don't.
But I mean, it's somebody that really
Means
is
goddess.
great, and it's usually an opera singer. That's where the term came from Renita Tebaldi and people like that. But the thing is, she's a real diva. Jennifer Lopez is, because she demands only 2 colors of M&Ms in her snacks.
Is that right?
Yep.
Is that a fact?
That is, yeah, that's
Or are
a
you just
fact, and
making
that's
that
a
up?
diva. No, that's where do you get this? Am I making it up? No, how can I even
Does
make
Pete-
that up?
Does Pete seem sharp enough to make up something?
Yeah, no.
It's in the book.
Yeah.
It's in his
Okay.
iPad over here.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
That's-
But it is 2 different kind of M&Ms. That is diva quality right there.
Okay. Diva 101, if you will.
Madonna, diva. Yeah, there's
Madonna's
Yeah.
a diva. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
divas. I mean, but you were talking about divas, and you were talking about ball players that were divas. Huh. But it does require, but it does imply that there were some people that were divas that were really very good at what they did, opera singers,
Okay.
but they were divas.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Started in the opera. You learn something new every day. We'll try to teach you something here with our Stump the Chumps questions. I'll give you boys a choice. Baseball or you're going to get baseball or football. Which one do you want
Let's go
first?
baseball first.
Yes.
Baseball first. This one, there are 11 answers. All right. I think you should get most of them. Okay. If you don't, it's disappointing. I'm going to tell you that flat out. All right. There are 11 players in Royals history that have 100 home runs, 100 doubles, and 10 triples. Those are all pretty easy numbers. 100 homers, 100 doubles, 10 triples.
Yeah.
We're going to go from my right to left. We're going to go Pete, Todd, Curtis.
Obviously,
Pete
George
beat
Brett.
you.
George Brett.
He did beat you.
Check the tape.
No, George Brett didn't do it. Isn't that amazing?
no
Yes,
10
George, yes, of course he did. George Brett had 300 home runs, 600 doubles, and 200 triples. George Brett, president of that club. Okay,
Al
now
Gordon.
Al Gordon did it. You bet he did. He's there. We go to Curtis, and then back to Pete.
Hal McRae.
Hal McRae did it. Good job. You guys are all on the board now with this one. We go back to Pete.
Probably Amos Otis.
Amos Otis is there. Good job, Pete. Over to Todd.
Carlo Beltran.
Carlos Beltran did it. Yes. 123 home runs. His lowest number.
Wow.
We go to Curtis.
Oh, no.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, so then Pete, did you
Let's try
buzz in?
Mike Sweeney.
Mike Sweeney did not do
He
it.
didn't do
Curtis.
it.
No,
Yeah.
neither did Mike
Triples,
Sweeney.
No triples.
Frank White. It's 100.
Frank White, of course he did. Frank White did it. He made it there. Todd's on there with 3. Curtis still in the back with 1.
Johnny Damon.
John Damon did not do it. Give that man a strike.
Lebo.
Brutal.
Yes.
I'll say it's probably not there, but let me try. John Mayberry probably didn't get 10
John
triples.
Mayberry did it. Sure,
Okay.
he had 10 triples.
Really?
He just
Oh,
got
boy.
He's
there.
the bottom guy.
Good job, Todd.
Well done.
There is current announcer.
Lebo.
Freddie Patek.
Did not get there. Todd.
Eric Hosmer.
Eric Hosmer got there. Good job. There is
Lebo?
there's
Did
a
Locaine
catcher
get there?
and a shortstop.
Locaine, no.
No Locaine. The two you did not get.
John
Salvi.
Wathan.
Salvi, I think
Oh,
Salvi only has like 9 triples.
No, he's got 12 now, I think.
Does he have 12? He did not come up on
he's
this
got
list.
double figures
I think
now.
I think that was my jumping off in addition to Salvador
okay,
Perez.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I forgot to
'Cause
wait
he
that
had
in the
that
question.
he had that triple the other day.
Yeah, I think
he's
that
in
was
double figures now.
I think that was my. You're right. That was my jumping off point. Was that
Nearly expired
addition
at the
to-
bag.
in addition
Who's
to
the
Salvador
shortstop?
Perez? But the shortstop kind of an obscure player in Royals history. His name is Bob Witt Jr.
He's already there. See?
Yeah, he's there. 173 doubles, 35 triples,
He's a
118
catcher.
homers.
Mike McFarland?
Mike McFarland.
I was joking with Mac
boy.
last Friday on the air because he had more triples than Salvi. I'm an idiot, Mac.
One of only 12 players.
Dang
Mike
it, Mac.
McFarland to do
I'm
it.
so ticked.
You guys did pretty good.
All right.
2, 4,
5.
6, 8, 9. I've got 5, 7, 8. Ooh, I missed. Curtis, did you get 2 or did Pete get a third?
I
I
only
got
got one.
third. I got
You
3.
get 3? Okay.
That's
what it was.
embarrassing
that's
for you, Curtis.
really good for me.
Pretty bad.
That was
And I
pretty
got
bad,
5 for
Curtis.
you. Is that right? Yeah.
Would have been
Curtis
my-
should have done better.
I should have done
You
better.
should have done better. That's all right. Curtis,
What do you think, Pete?
We expect very little from you.
Curtis have done better?
I think it's probably a good starting point. Expect
Go
a little
ahead.
from me. If you get something, hey, bonus.
Go ahead and give us a decent question.
I was going to do home runs, but we talked about this earlier this week, so I didn't. I now want, there are 30 possible answers.
30.
Each franchise's career hits leader. Name any one
Petro.
of the 30 men.
Enoch.
Soren?
George Brett.
Soren, correct.
Petro.
Phil,
It's Todd, then Pete,
Pete
then
and then
Soren.
me.
Derek Jeter
Derek Cheater?
for the
Enoch.
Yankees.
Pete Rose.
Yes.
He's still there for that.
Yeah, 33-58.
Ty Cobb.
Ty
Lebo.
Cobb. Todrick.
Robin Yount.
Petro.
Robin Yount.
Enoch.
Yes. Soren.
I will go with Stan Musial.
Stan Musial.
Enoch.
Pete.
George Brett.
Lebo.
You already
I
used
already
Brett.
said it.
Oh, that's-
Petro.
Cap Anson.
Cap Anson.
Okay,
Yes,
there you
he's
go.
the Cubs' all-time leader. Todd.
Mike Trout?
No.
Not there.
Lebo. Rod Carew.
Nope.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Garrett Anderson? Why am I trying
Garrett
to get the
Anderson.
Angels guy?
Oh,
Garrett
good
Anderson.
job. You got it.
Idiot.
You got some
Lebo.
3,000 hit guys still.
Cal Ripken
Cal Ripken Jr.
Jr.
Let's see.
Lebo.
You got a
Ooh, Miguel Cabrera
guy who's
for the Marlins?
or
Or the Tigers? Either one?
You got
Second
a guy
on
who's
Ty
more known
Cobb.
for home runs. You got here. You got Ty Cobb.
No, I was just.
Petro. Hannes Wagner.
No.
Lebo. Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Gotta be the Braves guy.
3,600.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh guy is a 3,000.
Lebo.
hit guy.
Petro. Roberto
Clemente.
Clemente.
Roberto Clemente.
Stan Musial.
Staying here.
I already said You're out.
No.
Got another guy more known for homers. Another couple 3,000 hit guys in the NL West. Got a 3,400 hit
Petro,
guy.
Willie
in the
Mays?
East. Willie Mays.
Oh, good job, Pete.
Got another 3,000 hit guy in the NL West. Got a 3,400
Petro Gwynn.
hit guy, Tony Gwynn. 3,400
Good
hit guy in the AL
Good
East.
job. Good job.
34.
Hints galore.
Well, I got a guy, but he's multiple teams.
Just say something. The buzzer's
Petro.
going.
Yes.
Carl Yastrzemski.
Good job.
I was thinking Paul Molitor, but I'm like, he's multiple teams.
He said, yes, you're talking about Carl Yastrzemski, not his
Yeah.
nephew.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just-
Carl, not Mike.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Making
The
sure.
3,000 hit guy you missed was Craig Biggio.
Bish.
Oh, yeah.
Others, Tony Fernandez, Carl Crawford, Nap Lajoie, Bert Campaneris, Ichiro Suzuki,
Oh,
Michael
never heard of
Young,
him.
David Wright, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Zimmerman, Luis Castillo. Zach Wheat is the Dodgers' all-time leader.
He's buried right here.
Who the hell is Zach
2804.
Wheat?
He's buried
Dodger.
5 blocks from
Yep,
here.
it's Casey.
Really?
Or,
Well,
I
he's
think
buried
Kansas.
in that place over in 67th and
Luis-
Troost, whatever that is.
Luis
It's a
Gonzalez
little
and
more
Todd
than
Hilton.
5
Okay,
blocks.
all right. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
But I mean, still in town.
Yeah,
so
right.
I don't know why I'm busting your
Yeah,
chops.
yeah, longer than 5 blocks. So yeah.
Pro Football Hall of Fame. Got the Hall of Fame game tonight. Pete, you're going to be locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
I just
loaded.
want, there is a young person getting inducted this weekend in the Hall of Fame, okay? That's the knocking off point. And you can use this guy even though he's not inducted
What do you
yet.
mean a young person?
You just listen to the question. I want you to tell me all the players inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame before they turned 39 years old.
Petro.
Enoch.
Petro's in.
I'm going to start with Terrell Davis.
Curtis.
No.
Enoch.
No?
Steve Largent.
No.
Gail Sayers.
Dale Sayers
That's
is
the
the
one I
youngest
heard.
player. He
That's
was
good.
34 when he was inducted.
Yeah. And there's how many?
God, I
There's
saw this
about
list
15
last
of
week.
them.
Petro. Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. There we go. We're on it now. Guys who quit early.
Yeah.
Who else quit early? Who was a good running back?
Curtis. Barry Sanders.
Barry
Oh, there
Sanders.
you go.
It seemed to be catching with the Lions. They had another guy who was great who quit early.
Curtis.
Petro.
Curtis?
Billy.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. Megatron. You're in if anyone
I'm
wants
starting to
it.
flash back on this. What else did you say? You said another.
There's a lot of running backs because they get worn out, but they're not
Yeah.
all running backs. There's an old AFL
Eric
star.
Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson's on the
Nice.
list.
Good job, Pete.
Old AFL star. Wow.
Isn't he on the list? Yeah, he's on the list.
Uh,
There's an old AFL guy
Petro.
in the Chiefs division.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Nope. Petro's got 2 strikes if you keep track at home.
AFL guy.
There's a guy who went to Missouri. We had to cancel
Petro,
him.
Lance Elworth?
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell's good, and Lance Allworth's good. And there's a Missouri Tiger,
What? Oh, Curtis. Kellen Winslow?
Keller Winslow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get there.
Oh, yeah.
There's one of these guys
AFL
played for the
guy?
Chiefs for a second.
Oh, man.
Late in his career, was a cornerback.
Curtis. Darrell Revis?
Darrell Revis.
Oh, wow.
good
Good,
job.
Curtis.
Ronnie Lott.
The guy who's going, no, not Ryan Lott. The guy who's going tonight
Curtis.
played for Carolina.
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly. That's
Yeah.
that
the
was the
reason.
deal.
He was
Yeah.
a departure point. I can't believe I waited that long to get that one.
It's a guy at the Pittsburgh Steelers defense back in the day.
Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert. He didn't
good
buzz him, but give it
job.
to Pete.
Nice job.
We did not get Dick Butkus.
Oh, man.
We didn't get, I was going to say this guy was a real killer. O.J. Simpson.
Hello.
Marshall Falk, and Joe
Mm.
Thomas. So you guys did well.
No, we didn't.
Curtis
I got
got
two.
6.
Curtis got 6. Pete got 3, and I got 2.
You did better than Curtis did on the baseball question.
Yeah, well,
For sure.
I aim higher than beating Curtis.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like
Pete, how many you going to give us?
easy bar to clear.
What do you got for us,
I
Pete?
want to know the last NFL team to win a game and have 37 total yards offense.
Lebo, Baltimore Ravens.
Nope.
Curtis. Bears.
Nope.
So this is a long-ass time ago.
Not that long. Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, I mean, like what? Give us a decade.
Give us a decade.
2000.
2000?
Wow.
37 yards, and they won a game?
Yep.
Lebo,
37 total yards.
Tampa.
Nope.
Curtis.
That's
Brown.
still a strike.
Nope.
Got to take the strikes. Lebo, Chiefs.
No.
I'm struck out twice tonight.
I don't know how to give you a
Petro
hint.
Pats,
No.
Petro Jets,
No.
Petro Bills.
No.
It's buzz or buzz. Who was it?
Dallas Texans.
That was Texans. That
The
sounds
Houston
kind
Texans.
of
I'm sorry, the Houston
Texans.
Texans.
There you go.
Texans
That's
would be
about
even
right,
better.
probably.
Dallas Texans.
Even
They
better.
might have done it.
7 yards, and they won a game.
37.
37.
37 total.
All right, 13 answers.
What is the
Right.
score, by the way? I'm a little mixed.
Pete's at 900, Todd's at 1,000, Curtis is at 700, and I am at 800. So very tight game.
Pete, you are
Tight
right here.
game. Don't screw it up in the
Yeah.
second on the back 9.
Come on,
here,
Pete.
Pete.
You're making the turn.
Make the turn. Put the booze down, Pete.
It's always the guy that's
Put the
in
driver
last.
away. Hit the 3-wood.
Hanging out with the cart girl.
You're in the mix.
Yes, my course.
Why is
And
there,
I'm the
why is there
champion.
smoke coming from the bathroom there?
It's
Todd?
my-
What's going on
Yeah,
there?
it's my course, and I'm the champ.
We got
Okay.
football here.
All right, here we go. Football. Name any of the 13 NFL head coaches. Let me finish the question before you fire your name out because you want to hear what it is.
13.
Name any of the 13 NFL head coaches to have coached at least 10 playoff games
Enoch.
and have at least a 600 win percentage in the playoffs.
Curtis.
Lebo.
I heard Pete, Curtis, Todd.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick is there. He's got a 647
Barely.
win percentage.
Enoch.
Curtis is up.
Curtis.
Vince Lombardi.
Lebo.
Vincent
Curtis
Lombardi is there with a 738.
Yeah.
We're to Todd and then
Chuck
back to Curtis. Chuck Knoll is there. Oh, there actually is no K. Never mind. And then we're back over to Curtis.
Lebo.
No.
Oh, Pete?
Don Shula.
Don Shula is not there.
Ooh.
John Madden.
John Madden is definitely there.
Curtis.
I think he's tops on the list. Hang on, I got to find him. Where'd he go? I don't see him, but I know he's there. I don't have him on my list for some reason, but
I'm in next.
make a note. We'll double check that.
yeah.
But I'm 99% sure he's
Bill
like
Walsh.
9-1. Bill Walsh is there.
Enoch.
Lebo.
Curtis.
I'm gonna put you down for one. What do we say? Lebo
Hey, Pete's
or
up
Pete?
first.
Lebo
Henry Stram.
Stram is not there.
Lebo. I'm on. Andy. Reid?
Andy Reid is there.
Oh, nice.
He makes it at 640. Curtis.
George Allen.
Lebo.
No George Allen.
Tom Landry.
No Tom Landry. Okay.
Everything.
So here it is. Don't look. Just Google his. I'm pretty sure he's there. I don't know if I just didn't
maybe didn't
go down to
wins.
get him or what happened was. But maybe there was 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, there must have been 14 because I'm pretty sure he's 9-1.
Who's
isn't he?
that?
Madden.
Oh, yeah. Madden should be in there.
I'm pretty sure he's 9-1,
Yeah.
but for some reason he's not on my list. You missed Tom Flores.
Oh.
He was 8-3. Joe Gibbs was 17 and
Oh,
7.
God.
Jimmy Johnson was 9 and 4.
Idiots.
George Seifert was 10 and 5.
Almost
Kyle
said Seifert.
Shanahan is 9 and 5.
Oh, big losses.
Tom Coughlin 12 and 7.
Yeah, he made a couple Super
Sean
Bowls.
McVay 10 and 6. And Nick Sirianni
Oh.
is
Oh,
6
boy.
and 4.
Don't want to know that one.
Nick Sirianni.
Oh, there was some
What
ducks in
was it?
there. boy.
Lombardi was 9-1. Unfortunately, Madden, I forgot how many times he lost to the freaking Steelers. He was only 9 and 7.
Take
Okay,
one away.
well, so let me
take
take
it
one away.
away.
You had it right.
Yeah, okay, so I had it
Nothing
right.
for you.
He was one of the highest in the regular season. But
Yeah, regular
He kept
season
losing to
numbers.
Pittsburgh every year.
That's
in the
what,
playoffs.
that's what it was.
That's
I
why
told you.
Chuck Noll took
No,
his
give
candy.
him a buzz on that. Give him a buzz.
Give him the buzz.
I
That's
deserved
right.
that one. Wow, that was kicking myself for that.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do the same thing I did last time, but it's not going to be hits. Each franchise's career. Now, before I mention this, one team has a tie, so there are actually
You get put
31 answers. You can give me either guy or
Okay.
both if you know them.
And not hits, we're doing
Career wins as a pitcher.
Petro.
Lebo.
Oh, Enoch.
I'm going to go Kevin Apier.
No.
Enoch.
What?
Nope. He
Paul
doesn't.
Splittorf.
Paul Splittorf.
Oh, you
Pete.
bastard.
Warren Spahn.
Lebo.
Warren Spahn. Hang on, am I going to mark these?
Petro.
Spahn out and
I think I'm in before
Splittorf
Soren.
out.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Cy Young.
Cy Young, yes, he is there.
I will go with Nolan Ryan has to hit one of those.
Somebody.
Enoch.
No.
Moved around too much.
Lebo.
Early win?
No.
No.
I need
Greg
clues.
Maddux. Greg Maddux is probably
nope.
not. No.
Early win, wasn't
Mm-mm.
Um,
Not for
300.
his team, but he didn't have enough.
He
that
played
much
for all these teams.
he? Only played for
See,
two.
we got
Petro. Steve Carlton.
Steve Carlton, Phillies.
Lebo.
241.
Good
Todd.
job.
Tom Seaver still?
Tom Seaver, Mets, 198. Got a 300 plus weight,
Enoch.
370.
By 11?
No, the Twins guy has a lot, but keep in
Lebo.
mind some of these teams played in other
Jim
cities.
Cott.
Jim Cott?
Nope.
Oh, I got 2 strikes. We both get a
Oh, yeah.
strike
Petro.
for Jim
Walter.
Cott.
Did I say Walter Johnson?
Johnson,
Okay.
417. Then the 370 guy out west.
Marshall.
Oh, God,
This was tough.
terrible.
This is a lot tougher.
They all
than
pitch for too many teams.
I know. That's true. I'll give you some of the top ones. Christy Mathewson for the Giants.
Sure.
Whitey Ford, Jim Palmer, Dave Stieb. The Rays is James Shields. Roger Clemens ties Cy Young for the Red Sox. Bob Feller. Their notable names. Let's see. Bob Gibson. Don Sutton.
Boy, there
All
we
right,
got, Todd?
We got one of these answers was already said today. The Royals are playing the Cubs this weekend. Name me a Cubs player who had at least 110 RBIs in a season.
Petro.
Oh, Enoch. Oh.
Andre Dawson.
Andre
Enoch.
Dawson. did it,
Petro.
yes.
Curtis.
Pete's in.
Ernie Banks.
Ernie Banks did it several times.
Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa did it a ton of times. Curtis is
Enoch.
in.
Hack Wilson.
Hack Wilson, obviously.
Who's the third
Pete.
baseman?
I
Glenn,
can't tell you that.
Petro.
Glenn, what's his name?
Has Sandberg been said?
No,
I'll take Sandberg.
it's a strike.
Oh, no?
110. It's the number. It's high. 110, not just 100.
Ron Santo.
Ron Santo,
That's the
who it-
third baseman.
Damn
Stole
you,
from him.
Curtis.
There's a couple of old names. One of these guys was said earlier. By
Petro,
Pete.
have we had Ernie Banks yet?
He's been said.
Oh, he's been said? Okay.
Who was his partner in crime on the team with him all the time?
Was Williams?
There you go. I'll give it to you. Billy Williams.
Oh, Billy.
You said this name earlier, Pete, when in one of Curtis's questions.
I'll give you a Curtis. Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant did not do it. There is a guy of that.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
No.
He didn't get there last year?
No.
Curtis.
Not to 110.
Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo,
Rizzo has to
is
be there.
on the list, I think. I think maybe I didn't type him on. We got to check Rizzo.
Okay. I've not had a good record with this.
Yeah, this has not been great. Sorry. Rogers Hornsby ended up playing for the Cubs for a second.
Who did?
Rogers Hornsby did.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cap Anson.
Oh,
Pete
there
said
we go.
earlier. Kiki Kyler, Walt Wilmot, some old
Kiki
names. Bill
Kyler?
Bickle, Gabby Hartnett. Come on, these guys.
Who are the modern guys?
Aramis Ramirez. You probably had him on
I
NL
thought
only
about
team.
that one. Nah.
Dave Kingman did it.
Oh, wow.
You know,
dude.
did Javi Baez, Derek Lee, guys like that.
Derek Lee. I should
Rizzo
get.
had 109 twice.
109 didn't
So,
quite get
we gotta-
there.
we
You're so
gotta-
close.
I
Buzzy.
have not
Curtis.
been good.
Actually, buzz me for not having it.
Okay. All right. What do you got, Pete?
Okay, Roger Staubach is one of two players in the National Football League Hall of Fame from either Navy or Army. Who's the other one?
Lebo, Glenn Davis.
Nope.
No, he didn't play.
He's not in.
Pretty
He's not in the NFL.
As a player, the guy's in as a player?
Yep. He was thought of as a fairly dirty player, as a matter of fact. But he's from one of the academies.
Conrad Dober went to Wyoming.
Yeah. And he's not.
He's
in
our
the
dirty
NFL.
guy.
Petro, David Robinson.
No.
No.
I'm talking about NFL.
Rollie
my
Steechway.
bad.
I don't know.
Okay.
When did he play?
NFL Hall of Fame. He played in the 50s and early 60s, but 50s.
Nope.
Who was it?
Ed Sprinkle
Oh, Sprinkle.
from Navy.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Eddie
Oh.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, Army
okay.
doesn't have anybody in the. I wonder why not.
In Kyle's face.
We don't have any dirty players.
Oh,
Pete.
don't dirty players.
Yeah,
They do it right.
They play by
They
the
do it
rules.
right. They play by the rules.
Okay.
All right. So here's how we sit going into final chumps. Kurtis has 1,000. Pete has 1,200. I have 1,300. Lebo has 1,600. Our category is,
The sack.
as in,
The
like,
NFL.
getting in the sack,
You know,
or
the NFL.
oh, NFL sack.
Jennifer Lopez.
The sack.
The sack.
The sack, yeah.
The sack. Make your wager. You can be getting a free oil change to Big O Tires if you send a Final Chumps question to Kyle at 810WHB.com. That's Kyle at 810WHB.com. 15 locally owned and operated KC Metro locations. Find the one nearest you at BigOTires.com.
All right, the Twin Peaks end of the hour answer. Who's the only other Royals pitcher to have back-to-back games of 7 innings with 2 hits or fewer? Don't have to go back very far.
Cole Reagans?
Michael Waka?
Chris Bubich last June.
Booby.
So those are the only two to have back-to-back.
Booby.
Booby.
Oh, we knew you well, Booby.
Booby Clark.
Farewell, our dear Booby. Farewell. Let's get to final chumps, shall we, Kyle? The category is the sack.
That's right. That's right. Since the sack became an official
1982.
official stat in 1982,
Settle down,
Well
Beavis.
said.
What's
which
happening?
NFL player has recorded the most sacks in a 2-season span?
Ooh. Okay.
Interesting. Wow, that's a good one.
I'm going to write one down. My first impression is on the board.
I think I have this.
Okay, I'm going to cross that one out. Okay, I got mine. We start at the bottom.
I crossed
The bottom of life. Curtis Seaboldt. Where do we go with your answer?
I said Alden Smith.
That is incorrect. How much you bet?
All of it.
You have nothing.
You
Pete.
Nothing.
I bet
What was your answer?
$1 I took Reggie.
Can we
with the-
get your answer and have some drama with the bet?
Reggie, what's his name? Play for the Packers.
No.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
$1.
$1.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you bet $1.
My
See,
fault.
look at the drama that
My
we created
fault.
there.
I apologize.
I'm up next. I said J.J. Watt. Shut your dirty mouth. I bid 301, so I've got 999. That takes us to Todd Lebo.
I said Watt, but I said T.J. Watt.
Ooh. How much you bet?
701.
701. You're so stupid.
So dumb.
You end up with 899. You know what that means? Pete wins.
Pete wins.
1199.
What's the answer?
Who was it?
Mark Gastineau.
I had that.
almost said
God.
yes. That was
I
my
did
second
too.
one, too.
I did too.
That's my
I was
second
thinking
one
of
as
it, too.
well.
All right, who signed the first free agent contract in MLB history? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
That's right. Blair Kirchhoff is brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. My guys, my gals over at Art and Frame. We just picked up a couple of different things we had framed. Actually, some of my aunt's old, a really cool picture she had that she gave me, my great aunt, as a matter of fact. And it's great. It's got a great frame that fits with the theme of what's going on. My wife had it down there. We only go to Art and Frame. It's the only place we go with all of our framing, no matter what it is, whether it's your family photos, a piece of artwork, a mirror. Go to Art and Frame. Know also they specialize in the sports memorabilia. Every piece of sports memorabilia that I had framed at Art and Frame Warehouse. Kansas City's best is Art and Frame. Find them online at framekc.com. See them in person at 92nd and Metcalf. They buy in bulk. That keeps the prices down. You'll like that, right? But they give you the highest quality. So you get gallery quality at warehouse prices. They deliver, they install. I highly recommend that. Everything comes with a lifetime guarantee. They're Kansas City's best when it comes to all your framing, and they're specialists when it comes to that sports memorabilia. So no matter what you need framed, bat, ball, jersey, autographed jersey, always protecting your collection. Go to framekc.com to learn more. That's framekc.com. Mr. Kirchhoff, how are you?
I'm well. It's good to see you again.
Again, yes, we were just up at Chiefs training camp. Beautiful drive between St. Joe and KC this time of year. The summer weeds are in full bloom around the highways of Missouri and on into Kansas. I mean, just big bushels of weeds there along the highway. Very scenic.
If you go early enough, and I know you've been up there, you've made the early drive to St. Joe. Sometimes you can see the mist in the valleys, which is kind of nice. But for the most part, not a very scenic drive.
I saw Blair 2 nights ago, and I still haven't seen him as recently as you have.
That's right.
Dang it.
You guys are all out and about.
I forgot what day it was. It was Tuesday night. We're at the ballpark, and I go, all right, Blair, see you tomorrow. He's like, I think I'll see you Thursday. Oh, yeah. That's right, yeah. I don't know what day it is.
In defense, there is some nice farm, some farms along the way and everything. And
there is. It's just, I don't need to see it every single day.
Twice a day? The there and back?
Right, the there and back.
So we love St. Joe. I have a number of friends that live in St. Joe. I do really
I do like
St.
the
Joe people
as well.
of St. Joe. I'm a fan.
Once I'm there, I like St. Joe.
And I've been up there the last 2 days, but I haven't been able to leave early. I got a couple of folks I need to try to get up there and catch a meal with, but I have not been able to do it. And so that disappoints me. And I know they'll be disappointed to lose the Chiefs, but they're going to lose them as soon as that practice facility's open.
Yep. I was thinking I think it'll end up being about 20 years for the Chiefs in St. Joe when it's all said and done. And it made me wonder, I haven't looked this up. Maybe, Kurtis, you guys know off the top of your head, were they at William Jewell for as long as 20 years?
I'll check that out.
How long were they in River Falls?
1990? Was there 91 was the first year
91
there,
to about 11 or something like that. So I guess 20 years. And seems like St. Joe will have been, if not the longest, among the longest tenures of a training camp site.
Do you know where their first one was?
Before William Jewell?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, and there might have been others before. But the very first one, this is a Phoenix special.
Oh, how about that? Well, it had to be somewhere Texas related, or but I don't
you'd
know.
think.
Or was it Hot Springs, Arkansas, or something?
You're on the right track, but going the wrong direction.
Oh, New Mexico,
a notable town.
I know where it is.
Los Alamitos.
I know. I think I know.
Notable for some goofy.
Oh, Albuquerque.
No.
I don't know what you're. I don't recognize the tune. Oh, aliens. What's the town then?
Roswell, New Mexico.
Roswell,
where supposedly the flying saucer crashed, and they have the remains of that alien at Area 51 outside Vegas. Because I've seen Independence Day, and I know what's going on.
Yep. Isn't there minor league
historical
baseball
document
team
that is Independence Day
called the 51s or something like that? They have
there was, and then the stupid idiots changed it to the Aviators.
Yikes!
But then it has like an alien logo.
Yeah.
Like, well,
so that was your first. That was the Chiefs' first.
Their first training camp was in Roswell, New Mexico.
The Chiefs' training camp, or the actual site says William Jewell was there from 63 to 90, so they may have gotten there after they Were they in Roswell when they were in the Texans?
Texans must have been
Yeah,
the
it
Texans.
was the
Okay.
Texans.
Yeah. So William Jewell was from 63 to 90, so
Yeah.
38 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
the franchise's very first was in Roswell, New
That's
Mexico. I don't know where they were after. Does it say where it was down there?
Let me see.
I think even if you Google it, I think
How in the world would they have found a place? And what kind of relationship did Lamar Hunt have with somebody in
probably
Roswell?
prospecting oil or something in
Had
New
to have
Mexico
been.
and
Had to have been.
found a deal on. I mean, Google it. I'm
Yeah, I'm looking
99% sure.
That sounds familiar to me because when you said it was. Yeah, so Texans conducted their inaugural training camp at the New Mexico Military Institute in Roswell, New Mexico.
There you
I
go.
haven't seen why,
So
but it was absolutely there.
back in the day when they played 6 preseason games.
oh god.
They did that a long time.
They had 7 one year. Like that was half the season.
Well, I think
Half as
probably the
long as
Hall
the-
of Fame
yeah.
game. A couple of teams
Well,
played
half as long
7.
as
the
season.
college All Star game.
Yeah,
where you-
but
the
even
champion-
to normally play 6 when you only played 14 in the regular season, that's just
right.
what?
In some years, I read this where the Chiefs would play. Well, you couldn't avoid it. In the preseason, you're playing teams from your own division, so you're
Mhm.
playing. You'll end up playing the Raiders, the Chargers 3 times in a year, including the preseason.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. But just since we brought up camp, Blair, my favorite question that I love to receive from people during Chiefs training camp: who looks good?
Who indeed?
Who looks good?
What do you bench? Who looks good?
A few people looking
Okay.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to share it with us, or is this like?
Oh, I didn't know
is
if
this a
that's
secret?
Oh, yes, I would.
I thought it's like you were just referencing the frequency of the question, not actually asking the question.
A couple of folks have flashed, as they say. One that has impressed me among the newbies. Everybody wants to talk, wonder about the new players,
Right.
because
Because they haven't sucked yet, so therefore
that's
they're going
right.
to save the day.
I'll give you one on each side of the line.
Okay.
I'll go Peter Woods on defense, and Khalil Benson on
Okay.
offense.
Is Khalil Benson solid, or is he like okay, he's not just like he's going to hold down the fort. Is he like the answer? Like, you think he's going to play well enough and could be looking at another contract type of good?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're kind of giving him every opportunity to win the job, starting right tackle over Jalen Moore. Who knows how it's going to go? There's, if Jalen Moore ends up starting game 1, you shouldn't be shocked. But you shouldn't be surprised either way, because Benson's been getting probably the majority of the reps with the starters.
Mm-hmm.
But Jalen Moore is also working with the starters at right tackle, so it's not like he's out of the race. But it's fascinating to have a player with the background of Khalil Benson, not only undrafted but unsigned, and to make the come to the rookie camp, get signed, and then work his way up to a starting role, potentially a starting role. It's an amazing story if it happens. And so anyway, he's an interesting guy and someone to keep an eye on. And then one of the things we get to do in practice is see not just what's going on in the practice field, but off to the side, individual drills, linemen going up against each other. And Peter Woods in those drills has been really impressive. He can move people. And so at a position that I think that kind of an under the radar position of need, the interior of the defensive line, I think he's going to be him and Tonga, 2 very good additions to this team. And looking forward to seeing those guys play.
Yeah, I think so as well. And that's where I'm optimistic that the defense could be better, is because if you're really good on the defensive line, if you can become a high-quality front, that's how you stop the run. If you can't be blocking the big boys, then you don't have any way to get to that next level and get to the linebackers. That means Nick Bolton runs free. I think that's kind of Tonga's job, is to get in there and tie that up. And then I think Peter Woods is kind of all around.
Yeah.
But
Chris Jones-like almost. In his,
totally different body type,
Yeah.
in the sense that he's more of a bowling ball, more of an Aaron. I don't want to say, I hate saying Aaron Donald because, but he's in.
But the shape. He's that shape.
He's that size, not tall, but strong, compact, quick, of those things.
There's thickness to him.
Yeah, and strong lower half to handle the blocking and, take on double teams and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think he looks really impressive.
Right. And in the potential improvement up front helps the back end as well at a position group that's retooling, with the losses that they've had of McDuffie and Watson and Cook. And so now you've got, Delane when he finally gets back. We pretty sure he's going to get back maybe sometime next week. We'll see. But Noah Williams, who's played well, I think, in training camp. But you've got some not only some new players, but some returning players who will be counted upon in a way they haven't been up until now. And I think it's going to be imperative for the Chiefs to be better up front, get more pressure, more sacks, and to help out the back end.
When you get concerned, worried, panic, where are the road markers on Mansour Delane?
Let's see. Not panic.
Where's concern? When he's
a
not a full go win.
There's a little concern. If he's not a full, there'd be concern if he's not a full go in practice after the first preseason game. I think you keep the yellow, non-contact jersey on him next week. They play Saturday, right? That's the preseason opener Saturday. They come back on Monday for practice, and that's when I think you'll see Delane without the yellow jersey on.
Okay.
And
if not, you're concerned.
Yeah, then I would be concerned.
Then when are you worried? After the next game?
Yeah,
and then panicked at the season opener?
After game 3, yeah. Okay. But I do think it's instructive that he's out there in the non-contact drills. They have him, it was Spagnuolo said this today, right? That, just to get him used to being in the huddle and hearing the play calls and then going out to, set up at your position. And so in non-contact situations, he's out there starting. He's out there with the ones, with Noah Williams on the other side. So I think the Chiefs are optimistic that he'll be ready for week 1.
In that time-honored tradition of making him earn it, he's earning it by jogging out to the huddle and back.
That's right.
You got to earn the number 1 spot.
Right. Earn it.
Mansour, jog out to the huddle each time.
That's right.
It is kind of fun to watch. He jogs out there with the coach. They call the play, then he jogs off the sidelines.
Right.
Wow. So he's learned how to come on and off the field.
Yes.
He knows he goes to the right sideline. He doesn't go to the wrong. Oh, man.
Like a pro.
We've figured that out.
Man,
we
my
got
first
to the bottom of
preseason
that.
game, I came out of the huddle and I ran to the other sideline. It was terrible.
He gets to the sideline and there's Tom Hanks grabbing him by the jersey saying, "Earn this."
Yeah.
Earn this.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Saving Mansour Delane.
Saving CB1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Saving Private Ryan we're referencing for those that are not catching the gist. Have you seen Saving Private Ryan, Kyle?
It's a stupid question, Soren.
I was going to be like, this is an older movie, but one I'm assuming you've seen. So, yes, the answer is yes?
It is yes.
Okay.
What did you think?
Oh, I loved it. Well, I've seen it several times. I mean, that and Band of Brothers. My dad sat me down and made me watch when I was like 6. So
yeah, sure. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Imagining six-year-old watching the first 30 minutes of that movie.
There were several scenes where he's close your eyes, buddy.
Yeah, he had you come in midway through the movie.
So when you're watching that opening scene, where you're like, "Dad, I really want to go for a swim." Was that your?
I think I was playing like my PlayStation 2 or something like.
Wow, the movie
playing
was on.
some Ratchet and Clank, and he said, "All right, son, we're gonna watch this."
Yeah. All righty. So we got that going for us.
We do.
Kyle's got that going for him. All right. So so now we will go into pretty soon we'll be done with this week. And then they get tired of each other. We already saw some scuffles today.
Some pushing.
Jack Cochran.
I think he was involved in a couple of them, actually.
And Jalen Ott. Cochran v. Ott.
No relation to Ed Ott.
No.
I understand. Right?
No. Or Mel Ott.
Or Mel Ott.
I don't think so. Not that I know of. Former Oklahoma Sooner and Cal Golden Bear running back. Yeah, they had a little dust up.
And that was on special teams.
Was it on special teams?
The second one, with the one between Ott and Cochran. No. It was
I
like
thought that was a throw into the end zone.
Yes, it was goal line. There was like or plays from the 20, something like that, from the 20 in. That's right, because I was coming down the hill while that was happening, and just kind of caught the tail end of it.
Well, what I thought the interesting thing was that I was told this by, I don't know, I'm not going to name him if they don't want to name him, but on the sideline, somebody said that they heard Kelsey yelling, "Get the blank in there!" Like when the yelling at the guys on the sidelines.
Nice.
Get the blank in there. So yeah, and so here they all come, and the offensive lineman running in. The best was, you want to know why Josh Simmons is going to be really good? Because Josh Simmons went running towards the melee and was strapping his helmet on. He's a smart guy. Not only a tremendous athlete, but he's a smart guy.
Ready to go.
Not running out there without a helmet, and no one's grabbing my face mask and yanking it off. Just strapping his helmet on.
No one's going to Eddie Freeman me.
That's right. I was like, here we go. There you go. I like that. I was impressed.
I just thought it was unusual when the guys out of the bullpen came running in.
That was weird.
Yes, it's kind of strange.
Holy cow.
What is happening
Especially when it's 2.5 miles away there at Mo West, their baseball fields. Here they come. We were already back to practicing, and they're running in. Weird fight? No?
Oh, our bad.
All right, we'll go back. Yeah, but that was good. We'll take a break. Blair Kirchhoff's SEC coach rankings. We're gonna find out where he screwed up. We'll do that next. He's brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. Find him online at framekc.com. My buddy Michael and his team, absolutely the best at framing your sports memorabilia. Don't have that beautiful jersey, whether it's a quarterback or future Hall of Fame tight end. Don't have it just sitting around in some plastic tub. Get it displayed. Get it protected. Get it displayed beautifully at Art and Frame Warehouse. Always protecting your collection. Never poking holes in those jerseys. You know, some people do that. Never at Art and Frame. They always make sure that it looks beautiful, looks perfect, framed majestically, I will say, while also protecting your collection with things like UV protective glass, museum glass, cuts down the reflection. Go to Art and Frame Warehouse today. 92nd and Metcalf, online at framekc.com.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer as we keep pushing on the program.
Settle down.
Who signed the first free agent contract in MLB history?
Well, Curt Flood was the guy who sued for it, but he must not have been the guy who signed it, huh? He never got signed. They never signed him.
But he was a pioneer in the...
Absolutely.
Born on this date, 1945. He's 81 today.
Still alive?
Mm-hmm.
Was he born in North Carolina?
Born in Toms River, New Jersey.
Oh, it's not Andy Messersmith.
Andy Messersmith.
Oh, wow. Good job, Blair.
Signed a deal with the Atlanta Braves.
How do you spell that,
He and
Blair?
Dave McNally were the last two to play on the no reserve clause.
A lot of people think it was Messerschmitt. It's Messersmith.
Messersmith.
Messer.
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was the guy who, I don't know if this happened during a game or if it was just a publicity stunt, but when he signed with the Braves, he put on a jersey and he wore number 17.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of his name, it said
Channel,
because that was WTBS, was Channel 17. And I don't know if he ever wore it in a game, but anyway, that was pretty clever.
Yep.
For Ted Turner.
That is pretty clever.
It was more clever than him trying to manage for one game in 1977.
I don't know. The guy won an America's Cup yacht race or series or whatever however you describe it.
A lot of crossover there.
He was a bit of a sportsman, so,
I mean, if you can win a yacht race,
that's
you
right.
can win a Major League Baseball game.
It's all about management.
I thought Catfish Hunter was one of those early free agents too. When he went from
I think he was
to the Yankees. I don't know what year it was.
76, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was your first answer?
First answer was Chris Bubich. Bubich.
Oh yeah, last pitcher to do. That's right.
Only other Royal to have back-to-back games of 7 innings with 2 hits.
Are you sad to lose Booby? Nobody likes to lose Booby.
Not generally.
No. He was hurt all the time, and
so no. Okay. Well, let's move on.
I
was going to spend a segment talking about Chris Bubich and how much we loved him, but it's clear you had a thing. You two had a tiff, so
he's like,
we'll press on.
No, hated him. Big jerk.
Big jerk.
Cut me off in traffic once.
Didn't like him. Can't make me.
Stepped on my toe in the clubhouse.
With spikes.
Yeah.
That hurts.
And looked at me and goes, "Take that. What do you think of that?"
Take that, scribe. Writer boy.
Lousy scribe.
There you go. I like that. That's good. Blair, your coach rankings. I'll give people Blair's rundown, what he's got, and then we'll dive into what I think is what Blair got wrong. He goes Kirby Smart from Georgia, Steve Sarkisian from Texas, Mike Elko from Texas A&M. I believe that puts you the highest on the board with Mike Elko. 4 for Kyle was the highest. Todd had him 5, Kurtis had him 5, and I had him 5.
17. Oh, you had him. Okay.
17. Yeah, not even
below the list.
Then you had Lane Kiffin 4 and Kalen DeBoer 5. And we all had those 5 except for Kyle, who did not have Lane Kiffin in the top 5. What would you like to say to Kyle? In some order, we all had Kirby Smart 1, and then we had some order 2 through 5 are the same, except Kyle did not think enough of Lane Kiffin to put him in his top 5.
What was your thinking on that, Kyle?
My thinking is that we had Will Harris on Monday, and Will Harris said, this season they might start out 1-2, 1-3. I think things could spiral with him.
Well, it's as good a source as you're going to get. Will, he's such an entertaining guy, and he knows his stuff, especially from that part of the country.
Yep.
I do realize that he will likely rise up this list very quickly.
I just think he's succeeded everywhere he's been. Just, maybe not to the level that people in Tennessee want. He was only there for a year, and made had the issue when he was with the Raiders. Had personal problems there.
He's a flaky dude. I get where Will's coming from, where he's like, I don't know that he understands the culture down there. And so he's going to rub people the wrong way. I think if he wins, he won't. Right? I think that's kind of true of everybody at every job. You're colorful if you're successful at your job.
Yep, a little eccentric.
You're a jackass if you're not successful.
That stuff wears out quickly.
Yeah. Like I think when Kim Mulkey starts losing, gone.
Yeah.
When Dan Hurley starts losing, out. Like there is not going to be slow ramp down. When those two start to not win, they're going to turn their guns on, people around them that are rightfully criticizing, and then they're going to blow up. They're going to put Mike Gundy.
Yes, or even at that school at Ogeron. How about that? How, he spoke the language. I mean, that guy was as LSU as it got, and wasn't good enough.
Yeah. All right, and so then you go 6, Brett Venables. Venables is who he has at 5, and then Kiffin at 6, by the way. Venables 6, Josh Heupel 7. No, I'm reading Lebos. Hang on a sec. Sorry. You go Josh Heupel 6, Eli Drinkwitz 7, Brett Venables 8, Clark Lee 9, Shane Beamer 10. We were kind of the agreement that, for me, like the 6 through 10 was kind of a good spot, but really, I could kind of put them wherever.
Yeah, that's what I had the same. I think my 5. There was a little bit of separation between 5 and 6.
Yeah, for me there was a 1, then there were 4 of them.
Yeah,
and then there were 5 of them, and then I had these 6 down at the bottom.
Between Heupel, Drinkwitz, Venables, Clark Lee, I could have put them in any order.
Yes,
I really felt that way.
If it was high school debate, I wouldn't mind arguing any one of those 5 to be 6th.
Right. So I think Heupel just has a, and I know this is more of a looking ahead and what we project going forward from this group. I actually am kind of bullish on Drinkwitz. If Austin Simmons is the guy, if he's the quarterback that they've been looking for the last few years, this could be a bit of a breakthrough team. I think there are things in place for Missouri to have a successful season. So
it's a tough schedule.
It is.
I think what they need is for one of their 5 tough ones to play down and not be that tough. And then they need him to finally rise up and beat one of the tough ones. Yeah. And then he can be 9-3.
Is this
if he handles the rest of it.
The other thing, it's Ahmad Hardy to me is still something of a question mark, because we haven't.
You don't think they've got anyone behind him?
They do, but I think they need both those guys, because they had both of them last year and they won 9.
They had the best rushing attack in the country,
and it wasn't good enough to beat anybody who was a ranked team.
Well, but it wasn't because they couldn't run the ball. So Ahmad Hardy, you're kind of blowing up your own point.
No, I'm saying I think he needs to be healthy and be sick. If he's hampered and it's half of Ahmad Hardy and Jamal Roberts, I don't think they're as good a running team as they were a year ago, and I think that could be an issue. I don't know what.
But a year ago, but you're saying they did run the ball and they still didn't win. So that's why I'm saying, why are you acting like running the ball is the key when they did it last year and they still didn't win to your liking?
I think they minimum need to do that. I think if they fall back on the rushing, if they ran well last year and didn't win, and if they run worse this year, it could be even a bigger problem. Is what I'm saying.
I go back to Blair. I think the quarterback play has to be better. And if it is, you don't need as much from the running game. And I do think he finds running backs. I mean, he had a kid from 2 years ago led the SEC.
Cody Schrader.
Yeah, Cody Schrader. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like if they get to their 4th running back, he's probably pretty good.
Right.
Or they just scheme so well that they're going to be fine running the ball. I mean,
good offensive line play.
Yeah.
Simmons has to be better than Bo Pribula. That has to happen and God love Brady Cook, who did so much for Missouri, but not a next level quarterback. And although he did get on the field, did play for the Jets, but Missouri needs Simmons to be the best quarterback Drinkwitz has had, or have the best season for a quarterback in the Drinkwitz era, for them to go beyond, to beat the team that finishes with the winning record in the SEC, to win the unexpected win. I think Simmons has to be a top 4 or 5 quarterback in the league.
And I think there's a chance that happens, don't you?
Could happen. Yes, it could happen.
He has the best like pedigree coming in. I feel better about him than I have anybody else they brought in.
Did you feel better about him just off name, or was it when we had the quarterback rankings and he was the high, like what was his name? Sam Kahn, who we had on, and Antonio Morales for The Athletic ranked all the college football quarterbacks, and they put them into 7 tiers, but then they ranked them 1 to 139 or however many we have, and the highest one amongst all the locals was Simmons, Austin Simmons, at number 26.
26
was the highest rated local quarterback, which we know Kansas has got questions, but you can make a case that Avery Johnson's had some pretty good games. And if you'd asked me who was going to have the highest rated quarterback amongst the local threes, I would have said K-State with Avery Johnson.
I would have said that too.
I felt better about him than any of the others before I saw that, but that I felt better about feeling better once I saw that. I mean, the other guys he's had, other guys have come in at least. Bo Prabula had done nothing.
Not really, yeah. And the number one guy on that list is Trinidad Chambliss, the Ole Miss quarterback that where Austin Simmons played until he transferred. So he spent 2 seasons there under Lane Kiffin. So hopeful is, but we just don't know, right? Simmons, I don't think has started, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think he has started a college game.
He played in 2. Let's see. Who has just 2 starts?
Oh, he does.
262 career snaps in 3 years.
Okay, all right.
He started the year last year, didn't he? And then lost the job. He get banged up
that's
or
right.
something. And
yeah, that's right.
They never looked back.
Got Wally pipped. Just hopeful. Really looking forward.
But he was
to
4 touchdowns and 5 interceptions last year. I mean,
Okay.
Let's be clear. It wasn't like this wasn't Rich Gannon having to take a seat for Elvis Gerbach. I mean, he wasn't overwhelming.
No.
But he has a lot of talent. I mean, he looks the part, 6'4".
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So
I've heard
it's the one
great
position
arm.
he
I
hasn't.
heard it's a very strong arm.
It's the one position Drinkwitz hasn't figured out. He fills the NFL and everywhere else, but he hasn't gotten that guy yet.
He really does, doesn't he? I mean,
is that? Do you think, Blair, because the NIL, it's impossible for the little guy to get it? Like the big guy just goes, okay, I need one, I'll pay for it, and because once you if you transferred. And Joe Burrow's probably not a good example because he went from Ohio State to LSU. But if you see the kid who's zipping it around for Miami, Ohio, or even K-State, I was just thinking of like Will Howard. You're Ohio State. You just, we'll take him. We can outspend you. And so those teams just constantly have the top ones. So even if you find a good one, the moment he shows some signs, he's gone. Like, I offer that as a question. If I were to answer my own question, I would say, no, I don't think that's it. I think he needs to do a better job of identifying him.
Yeah.
Because every kid still wants playing time. And so if you could go out and pitch your diamond in the rough to somebody that's out there. And
I think Missouri could, if it's not, and absolutely should be a destination for top talent. And it seems to be when it comes to other positions.
Yeah.
I don't know what the stories are behind quarterbacks that considered Missouri but ended up going elsewhere in the transfer portal guys. I know a couple of years ago the kid, I forgot where he came from, but he ended up going to West Virginia over Missouri. And I had heard it was maybe 2 years ago, and I had heard it was just simply an NIL situation that West Virginia offered a little bit more. And that's what made the decision for him. But Missouri's in the conference that takes a back seat to no one.
Right. Well, the Big Ten for 3 years, but otherwise, yeah.
But
when it comes to putting players in the NFL, takes a back seat to no one.
But it speaks to the importance of the money because I would think it was just, hey, we got this team, we've got NFL guys up front. We've got NFL guys at the skill position. We've got 2 stud running backs. We've got this. Hey, would you like to be in that offense? Sure. But
and we can match your best, financial offer. A guy like Diego Pavia went from New Mexico State to Vanderbilt because there was a coaching connection there. I mean, I don't know who else offered Pavia, but there was a reason for they paid him, and there was a coaching connection there. The Harvard quarterback this year, or last year, transferred to TCU. TCU lost their quarterback to Indiana. Hoover, I think. Joseph Hoover was his last name. So TCU goes out and gets the Harvard quarterback, and he was apparently just all Ivy League and really supposed to be one of the better guys at that level. So where's that Missouri, getting the best? They get the best running back out of the Sun Belt. Get the best quarterback. Could that happen? And somebody who's who flashes pro prospect stuff at
or does Drinkwitz's system or however he's shaping it, do they just not coach quarterbacks well? I don't think that's the case because I think they did a brilliant job with Brady Cook. I think they got everything you could get out of
everything
Brady
they
Cook.
could out of Brady Cook.
But I mean, I think if you're Drinkwitz, if you're that program, if you had a general manager and you're like, listen, help us solve the quarterback thing. Okay, here are the questions I want to ask you, Coach. How do you do? You know, like I think one of them you'd ask is like, are we putting the right scheme with our quarterback? But
he's had the wideouts.
I tend to think he does a great job scheming around not having a great quarterback. And I'd love to see what happens if you could take somebody who's like, you know, hey, here's Tim Tebow after he just won the Heisman Trophy. He's going to play one more year. Bring him over here. Would you screw it up, or would he go ahead and throw for 3,500 and rush for 700 and 20 touchdowns on the ground and 25 through the air? Would he do the same thing, or would they just have him handing off, or would they run him all the time, and would they not be able to scheme somebody high school wide open, which he clearly needed, and Urban Meyer was able to do? I mean, it'd be great to see like somebody who was like a total finished product and go, okay, now you handle him, Eli, and see what he came up with.
And that's, you know, I can't help but think of if Drew Lock had come around 3 years later, you know, and had been Drinkwitz's quarterback and not Barry Odom's guy, how that might have turned out for him. But you know, in fairness to Drinkwitz, also, is it his 6th year or 7th year he's starting at Missouri?
7th.
I think
2020 was the first year,
COVID year, right?
Yeah.
And he only had been a head coach for one season before that, and that team was 12-1 or 13-1.
I mean, nothing good comes out of that school.
We know that for a fact. Appalachian State.
Yeah, that's Blair's alma mater for those who are playing at home and not aware.
Beautiful scenery.
Gorgeous scenery.
Just nothing much else.
But so there's not a long track record. But he was OC, right, at NC State and Boise. Was it Boise? Anyway, he's been on the offensive side, of course, and offensive mind. Auburn, with what's his name at Auburn? Anyway, he's
Gus Malzahn.
Malzahn, right? I guess the bottom line is you wish there had been a better quarterback season along the way. What's in his 7 years as a head coach, what's the best quarterback season a Drinkwitz coach team has produced? Would have been Brady Cook's
he had a
11 and 2 year?
Probably.
Yeah, because he had
Kelly Bryant.
No.
There can be only today on my there can be only one. One of my questions was Missouri quarterbacks throw for how many touchdown passes this year? And I went backwards in his 6 years. Total passing touchdowns by all his quarterbacks. 15, 14, 23 3 years ago. 14, 20, and 9. 9 would have been the COVID year. So he had 23 in 23. And that would have been Brady Cook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His junior year.
And what you're looking for there is somewhere in the 25 to 35 range.
I mean, I think if they're going to run the way they run, if they throw well, they'll run even better and effectively. I mean, I do think, listen, if you're going to contend for a national championship, I'd be shocked if any quarterback last year of any of the playoff teams had less than 25 touchdowns.
I would agree with that. It is SEC football, though. I mean, it is a game that's played in the trenches. You don't, although this has evolved and they do produce.
Is it still
plenty of? No, I was about to say it's evolved and they still they produce pretty good NFL quarterbacks for sure, but they also produce the best defensive linemen in college football and pretty good offensive linemen and pretty good running backs. So you get as much balance in the SEC, I guess, as you do in any of the big conferences. We keep talking, trying to come up with reasons why it hasn't been better at that position for Missouri, and we never had this conversation when it came to Pinkel in Missouri.
No, they always had one. It was one thing you always did have.
He called his shot and said, "We will always have a quarterback as long as I'm here."
And you could just rattle them off by year how much production they got from that.
Bang, bong. Yeah, to put more specific numbers on Cook in 2023, 66% completions, 3,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 picks.
So, was that the 11 and 2 year?
Yeah, and he was helped out by 1,620 yards from Cody Schrader, but also he's probably helped out a little bit by Luther Burden's 1,200 yards. Maybe he had some skill, but They've had some dudes.
Passing touchdowns for the playoff teams, by the way, I'm through 2.
Mm-hmm.
46 for Indiana, 32 for Miami. Ole Miss had 26.
26. They did that in the playoffs.
Oregon had 31.
Yeah.
33 for Ohio State. Georgia had 25. I'm still alive with my off-the-cuff comment. The Texas Tech Red Raiders had 33.
A&M would be the
I know, because that guy sucked.
tricky one.
I'm not going to get there.
Yeah.
Marcel Reed, 25. They had 26. They had 26 as a school.
Nice.
Alabama, 32.
Yeah, with Ty.
And I'm to Notre Dame. That's 10 of them. That is 25 for Notre Dame. Who am I? Who were the other 2 playoff teams? Did I say Ole Miss? I did say Ole Miss.
Yeah, you got Ole Miss.
Had
to be the below the Power 4. Who was the
Tulane?
Is Tulane one of them?
Oh, well, that's stupid. Who else? Who was the other one?
Let's see.
I had Tech.
James Madison.
That's right.
Well, those 2 don't count.
No. Well, but they had a lot of offense.
All right.
JMU, I think, had a lot of offense last year.
Okay, let me see here. James Madison last year. I don't want the 26 stats because there are none. Previous year. Here, 25. James Madison passing touchdowns. 26! He's still alive! Tulane.
You're down to Tulane.
It's all rides. It all comes down to this. He takes the Billy Baru out of his bag.
This was John Summerall's team.
Son of a 18. But of the power, the big boy schools, 25 or more.
Pretty good. You did all the first 11. You were good.
Said I can't imagine. And I got 11 out of 12 or 25, and only Tulane and their putt-putt offense. The only one that didn't. All right, we'll take a break. One more with Blair Kirchhoff. He's brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. Michael and his great staff. They're great people to work with. Locally owned and operated, celebrating 25 years in business at 92nd and Metcalf. They frame your sports memorabilia better than anybody. Find out why all the biggest collectors in town take their collections to Art and Frame Warehouse. See for yourself. Go to 92nd and Metcalf. Find them online at framekc.com. You're in the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Petro, Seaboldt, Collier. We're joined by the great Blair Kirchhoff from the Kansas City Star, brought to you by our friends at Art and Frame Warehouse. My guys, they're at 92nd and Metcalf. They do an unbelievable job. All your framing needs, and they're experts, specialize in the sports memorabilia, 25 years, locally owned and operated. You know they're doing something right. Gallery quality at warehouse prices. That's what you get at Art and Frame Warehouse. Find them online at framekc.com. Tell them you heard it right here on 810. You can score some extra discounts at Art and Frame Warehouse. So tell them you heard it right here on the program. Blair, we're talking about the SEC coaches, Mizzou, quarterbacks, whatnot. By the way, do you disagree with, I mentioned where the rankings were for the quarterbacks?
The locals.
Simmons at 26, but you think Avery Johnson, fair to put him at 37?
I think of the, and I saw the list, so I know where Ballard is too.
Ballard's down at the
I actually think
bottom of the power ones.
I think of the three, believe it or not, I think Johnson has the most potential for growth. Even though Ballard's down in the hundreds, I just think more of Avery Johnson with Colin Klein as his coach and what's going to happen with that position, that offense. I can see Avery Johnson being an all-conference type player this year for the Wildcats.
Cole Ballard is number 108, and the only Power 5 guy ranked lower is Davis Warren of Stanford.
Check out the Purdue guy. Isn't there?
Is he lower?
I think there's a.
He's in that tier, but I don't know that he's lower. Let me look. Did I miss that? They got a new logo. That's a cat. Oh no, you're right. Ryan Brown at 111.
So
thank you. Two Power 4 guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep,
And
thank you for correcting that.
I just don't know.
He is right behind, by the way. 106 and 107 are Power 4 guys. Jeremy Hecklinski of Iowa and Dylan Lonergan of Rutgers.
They got to be first-year guys like Ballard is.
Mason McKenzie of Boston College is also in the same tier as him. So there's, what is that, 6 guys in tier 7 that are Power 4.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, they're not the only one.
You know, and Ballard, it's not like he hasn't been on the field. This is his, I think, 4th year in school. And we know he has started a game. He started against K-State a couple of years ago and had a really nice game and had Kansas close to, in that game. So
beating K-State, you're talking about?
Yeah. So he absolutely.
I think
has
it was
potential.
10-7. It should be pointed out. It might have been the score.
Could be. So we'll have to see. That it's one of those. I think it's one of those situations where you look at who Kansas now has an offensive coordinator in Kotelnicki and feel good about the prospects at the position. It's funny when they had Jalen Daniels and Kotelnicki on the staff. Those were the most successful years of Lance Leipold at Kansas. You lose Kotelnicki to Penn State, and Jalen Daniels' production, doesn't crater, but it's not what it was previously. Well, now you change the quarterback, and you also bring the OC back, the original successful OC, and maybe good things will happen for that offense.
What year was that for Ballard against?
Was it 2 or 3 years ago?
It might have been 23. Because I think I'm dead wrong on how the game was played. I'm trying to get the box score that he was in 23, because 24 it wasn't him. It was all Jalen Daniels.
So it had to be, I know it wasn't last year.
No, I don't think so either.
So it had to be 23.
23. It was a 31-27 final, so my apologies. It was 7-7 after 1, 20-16 KU after 2, 27-24 KU after 3, and then K-State put one in at the end to do it. So Ballard, by the way, was 11 of 16 for 162, 1 TD, 2 INTs.
And I think that game in Manhattan? Maybe not. I'm trying to think of where it's being played this
I can find out for you. It was in the 23 schedule. It was in Lawrence.
Okay. Home game for Kansas. Well, still, that's pretty.
But he was right there. He was winning the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I know that's not much to go on, but it is something, right? He does have some experience, and like I said, he's been in the program for quite a while. So maybe this was supposed to be a quarterback battle, him and Marshall in the spring, and Ballard looks like he's solidly the guy.
Well, I think the thing you're looking for is you're looking for a Brady Cook like year, where the They get the running game going. The offensive line ends up being good, and he's the game manager that doesn't turn the ball over, and they're pretty good in the other spots.
Exactly, and it's the Big 12. It's not the SEC. There should be some victory opportunities for Kansas in this, in the Big 12, which I think, and maybe a topic for another day, I think the Big 12 is going to be down this year.
Okay. Well, that opens it up for KU and K-State.
Good, especially K-State.
Blair Kirchhoff says if the league sucks, KU and K-State's got a chance. Not really. That's not what he said, but that makes it funnier. Blair, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next week, my friend.
Sounds good.
We'll take a break. Need to Know, and David Lesky coming up next hour.
All right, how many Chiefs have rushed for 1,000 yards as a rookie? Brought to you by LaFetta Delicatessen.
Fourth quarter of the program begins right now. We finish strong here on a Thursday. Coming up in our next segment, we'll talk to David Lesky, some Royals baseball talk. We'll get into that. We'll get to the bottom of Noah Cameron, future Cy Young winner, Hall of Famer.
30-game winner, minimum.
Minimum is what we're thinking over here. By the way, the Royals back at it tonight, Royals and Twins. 6:30, games on ESPN, is that correct? Is that why the 6:30 time?
That's what I saw on
That's what I've got on the sheet here.
Yep.
We don't make mistakes, do we, Thunderdome? That must be the case.
It is Espen. I saw that earlier.
Michael Walker versus Bailey Ober, KC minus 120 with Michael Waka on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the Royals have claimed left-hand pitcher Luke Little off waivers from the Chicago Cubs. They optioned him to Triple-A. What do we know about Luke Little?
4 years in the majors, hasn't pitched a lot, has been almost entirely in relief. 40 appearances, 30 of those happening back in 2024. 2.97 ERA over 36 innings, 23 hits, 45 Ks in 36 innings. 28 walks is a problem, but live arm, 11 Ks per 9, but almost 7 walks.
Got to get the walks down.
Yeah.
That's going to be the key.
25 years old.
Yeah. So, worthwhile effort. Got the strikeouts, but he's also got the walks.
So 45 and 36 innings at the major leagues is something you can work with at least. Can you get him to get more control? For sure. All right, today was Defensive Coordinator Day at the podium up in St. Joe. Steve Spagnuolo addressing the media. Mansour Delane, we know the Chiefs went from 9 to 6 to go get him. The shoulder has been an issue with him. He's wearing the yellow no-contact jersey, although I thought he was really using both arms today, so I don't think he's probably too far from that jersey coming off. Steve Spagnuolo talked about how carefully they're handling Delane.
So we're trying to be a little cautious with the shoulder blade. And I think you guys saw him. He was out there today because we only had shells on so he could protect himself. The other 3 days with the shoulder pads, it was just really being safe, right? Protect him from himself because you put pads on and we don't want to set him back. But I did think he did a good job. You saw him in and out of huddles, getting everything mentally. Tried to keep the conditioning up. So hopefully we'll see where we are tomorrow because we put the pads back on, but that'll be Rick's call.
What do you need to see him do for one game? I know you're far away from that.
A lot. Yeah. We just haven't had the work. You go through OTAs and it's just helmets. So, and he hasn't had a chance to really. The thing he's missing right now is the continuity with a bunch of guys that are new to him. Everybody's new. So we're going to have to fight through that. Before you know it, we're going to be lining up against Denver. So hopefully we can get him back quicker than we thought.
One thing I heard, he said shoulder blade. So, the shoulder blade's different. The shoulder blade is more muscle and bone in the back. So if that's what it is, that's better than rotator cuff joint issues. So he said, we'll see. We'll have to talk to Rick tomorrow. So he's hinting that maybe it could be tomorrow. So we'll see. That'd be I don't think he's hinting at that. He just said we'll have to talk to Rick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We heard Blair kind of speculate maybe a week from now, maybe after that game, that we won't see it come off till after that game. So we'll see. He seemed to be doing quite a bit by my eye. We'll see when that jersey comes off. But as of right now, I think they're clearly barreling towards it being no problem for the season. Talked about when would I be concerned? I'll be concerned if he doesn't play in the first game. When would I be worried if he doesn't play in the second game? When am I panicked if he's not ready to go for the regular season? I think panic is probably off the board. I think worried is probably off the board.
Yeah.
We'll see if we even end up being concerned when that first game rolls around. Peter Woods, the other first-round pick, rave reviews. You heard Blair Kirchhoff in our last hour talk about it. If you missed that, it's on the podcast at 810WHB.com. You can get it on the 810 app as well. Steve Spagnuolo loves what he's seen so far from the Big D tackle.
He's one of them thick, good-looking D-lines. That's the way they're supposed to look, right? I think he's got a ways to go. Some of these younger guys aren't really used to the way we do things. I'm talking about all the little things, running in and out of the huddle, all that stuff. And that's for all the rookies. And Pete's right in there with that crew. But when he does get his feet right, he does keep his pad level low, he's a pretty good football player. So it's our job to get him to do that every down. And hopefully and he's a willing guy. I like him. He's a smart, good football player.
Okay.
Smart, good football player. I mean, we hear a lot of guys, almost every. They never say this guy's not that smart. We do hear a lot of he's a smart player. Not everyone's smart, are they?
Well, if everyone's smart, then no one's smart.
That's right.
There has to be a line of demarcation somewhere, doesn't there?
But rarely do you hear. I mean, Andy Reid does this all the time. He's good. He's a smart player.
Well, let's hear from Peter Woods. You be your own judge. I think I see where he's coming from on this one. I don't think this one's a snow job. Today, Peter Woods, the defensive tackle, was asked what he's learned so far in his first camp.
I'm just always just kind of trying to find ways to get better, just being very critical of myself. So I'd say I learned a lot. How important the little details are, footwork, hand placement, just the little things in this league, can get you beat. It's not always about, raw strength, power, potential, and things of that nature. So, just really honing in on the little details is something that I think I've learned.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sounds like a genius.
Can get you beat.
Are you being a smartass?
No. A little.
I love, first you were going to lie, and then, all right, I'll concede, just a little. But I think he sounds like a bright kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Every answer the whole time I was listening to him today, I thought, there's something there.
No, I wasn't going to go here, but since Kyle holds a grudge against Peter Woods, let's go ahead and hear Peter Woods again. I asked him today if he's getting any advice from the other side of the line. Is Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, are they giving him any tips?
Probably every day, we talk in the locker room, just about, same thing I was just saying about the one-on-ones. How'd you beat me here? What did you see? Was my footstep that I moved my post foot? Just football talk, stuff that, is important for a defensive lineman to know about an offensive lineman. So at the end of the day, we can all be successful. We all got the same common goal. So, Trey being the best version of himself is best for me, and likewise.
It's great to have guys like Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey that aren't getting cut, that know that no matter what, they're going to be able to play, and they can give them everything they have. They're not trying to make the team. So good guys to talk to for Peter Woods. Steve Spagnuolo talking about Felix Anudike-Uzomah. I've seen him playing over the last couple of days up and down the line. He's getting a lot of reps. Ashton Gelati's out. Andy Reid mentioned that yesterday, that's helping the number of reps that FAU's getting. But I asked Spagnuolo what he thinks of how the former K-Stater looks.
I think he's had a really good camp. And he's fought these injuries. You guys know, you guys have been here. He's fought these injuries all the way through. Even when he was playing, I think he was hampered by, you'd have to ask him, but I when I have my brief conversations, it feels like he's the healthiest he's been. He's been in the system now for the 4th year, so he should know it. I think he's had some pretty effective, productive plays. I'm hoping that continues. And, listen, the blessing, Ashton, we need him out there too, but the blessing in disguise for Felix is he gets more reps, so hopefully it keeps being positive.
It sounded legit to me, not like a guy who was just saying, hey, he's our guy. Yeah, we're behind him.
Because he even though he was somewhat complimentary, he was also, there were a couple things I picked up. One is, he's in his 4th year, so he should be able to get it. That's frank. And basically, he said if Ashton Gelati hadn't been hurt, he probably wouldn't be getting these reps. So the fact that he's sitting behind in that regard, or is having in his 4th year, we'll be having reps taken away from a 2nd-year guy is also pretty candid. But the arrow's looking up, and if what Andy Reid said, I think on Monday, or was it Tuesday, that the thing he noticed the most this year compared to the previous 3 years was the get off. That was always the thing that seemed to trouble him, getting off the line of scrimmage. If that thing stood out to him, if that's the case, maybe he's got a little something.
The backup quarterback battle, if you will. A lot of people have asked, Garrett Nussmeier end up being the number 2. Based upon how they're giving snaps out, it certainly looks like Justin Fields, is going to be the number 2 quarterback. He was at the podium today, was asked how many different coordinators he's already had in his NFL career.
2 in Chicago, 3, 4. This will be my 5th one right here.
How's this one compare?
It's a lot of different concepts, I will say. This is one of the first offenses where, I think most of the teams around the league, they run similar concepts and stuff like that, but just the things that we can do within a concept, the different options a QB has, it really kind of opens up a little bit. And then I've also seen, different concepts that I really have never seen before. So, it's been awesome to learn from Coach, of course, Coach Reid and Pat and stuff like that. So, I've been, blessed with a lot of knowledge as I've been here, and I hope to continue to grow.
Learn some new concepts. That's good. But can you apply them?
Yes, and other things, more options within each concept. So he's the kind of player who you think could do a lot of things within a given concept, given his physical skills. But we'll see.
I think he'll be the backup, but I don't know how long the leash would be if he goes in there. Garrett Nussmeier can zip it.
Yep.
I mean, I'll say that, but I don't know that he's ready to handle an NFL pass rush
Scheming,
just yet.
Going to the line of scrimmage and seeing the coverages and being, okay, this guy's this guy's this.
He is a coach's kid.
Yeah, true.
So,
it'll help, but
NFL coach's kid at that. So I'm sure he's seen a lot of NFL tape.
You can see a lot of, that guy's open. Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Crap, there goes 60 yards the other way.
The thing that I see about Justin Fields, and he did have a nice, kind of ball down the field, not today, but yesterday, but it does appear that you got to break clear open for him to see you. And listen, I think somebody said, and I wish I could credit who it was that I was sitting with. I don't know if it was Pete Sweeney or Sam McDowell or Blair or Matt Derrick. I was kind of sitting around all those guys. But one of them said, it's nice when he comes in because it reminds you of just how hard this game is. Pat makes it look easy. And then when he comes in, you're like, oh, no, wait a minute. Football is hard.
That's right, yeah.
Right? Not that he's bad. You just see the difference. And Pat will let go of the ball, and you're not really sure who he's throwing to. And then, there it is. He's going up and over the defensive back. And, it all falls into place. And feels a little bit more when you're standing back there. You're like, he's not throwing it. Oh, that guy's open. Now, and here comes his delivery. So he's late on the delivery.
When you say it takes him a while to see – open to see him or open to have the courage to throw it.
And I'll throw some love to Jazzu J, who calls us a lot. We've talked about, early in Mahomes' career, we talk about his spatial awareness. And whether it's his ability to know I can run for that and get to the first down, and I can get by that guy, then slide and still get the first down. But also it's just that guy's running up, and that safety's moving over. So, right now, no one's open. But I know where he's going to cut, and that safety's going to keep going forward because I know this coverage, and I know the corner's behind him. So if I put it right out here, then that's going to be the only place my guy can get it.
His ability to process it so quickly.
Just
otherworldly.
He has an innate understanding of where people are and where they're going to be, and not just about knowing the scheme, just the physiology of he's that fast, he's at that angle, he's at that depth, I can put that in there.
Yeah.
And he does it all, and there are times he lets go of the ball and you're watching from the back and you're like, I'm not sure where he's going, and then all of a sudden the defenders just seem to clear out, and here comes the wide out who's got 3 steps on people, and you're like, oh, that's where he's going with the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Some other NFL news, Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions reached agreement today on a 3-year, $67.5 million deal. Could be worth up to $75.75 million. Includes $51.5 million guaranteed, now making him the NFL's highest paid running back. I mean, if you're Bijan Robinson, you're like, really? I mean,
couldn't have waited.
Can you do a brother a solid? If I were the Falcons, I would have told them, listen, we're going to announce a deal. And then if somebody gets more than you, I will tear it up and I will give you $250,000 more than that so you can be the highest paid running back. But let's go ahead and have you go now so we get it done and you get the security. And that's going to get that jackass off the seat. And who would you rather have, Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs? Both great. Who would you rather have?
I think Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. And so nice job for Jahmyr Gibbs' agent. Nice job for Bijan Robinson, who may have said, whatever, somebody else can have $400,000 more than me. I'm getting this deal done, and let's move on. But I think it's interesting how that ended up playing out. Colts and Jonathan Taylor have agreed to terms on a 2-year, $44 million extension. $39 million of that is guaranteed. A lot of guaranteed money for running backs. This will not end well for all 3 of those teams. In fact, I would venture to say will not end well for 2 of the 3 off those contracts.
And it seems more likely to be the Colts. It's going to be that just smells like impending disaster.
Yeah. He's the oldest one of the bunch. The Tampa Bay Bucks have no plans to trade Pro Bowl nose tackle Vita Vea. Still view Baker Mayfield as their franchise quarterback as well, according to GM Jason Licht. I have no plans on trading Vita. Licht said Thursday when asked about the training camp hold-in of Vea. His agent, Colin Roberts, told the Tampa Bay Times this week that he, quote, doesn't see it ending in anything but a trade. We love Vita, Licht added. We've been engaged with his agent recently. I don't know how it's going to end, but we've been engaged, and that's at least some progress.
So there's dialogue.
Yeah.
In the vernacular of Brett Veach. There's been dialogue.
it's not been going well at North Carolina. They've got a leave of absence for the highest paid general manager, Michael Lombardi. An HR issue, they said. Today, Bill Belichick announced that his son, defense coordinator Steve Belichick, is on medical leave and out indefinitely. I'm not trying to make jokes about that. I don't know what the medical leave is, but it's just not going good at North Carolina. That wasn't to be humorous.
Right.
It's not going good at North Carolina. And Indiana, they won the national championship of college football last year. Purdue hadn't won a championship of any kind in 16 years, right? Didn't stop Purdue Boilermaker athletic director Tommy McClelland from taking a shot at his in-state rival. Here's the new AD, McClelland, at today's introduction.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
Yeah, Coach, or Mr. Tommy, it's Jeff Wilson, Purdue
Boilermaker.
Boilermaker.
Boilerup.com.
What the heck are you talking about?
That, to me, it reminds me of the now Baylor AD's press conference with Mizzou. Like trying for
Mac
humor
Rhodes.
and swinging and missing. Yeah, Mac Rhodes. And I'm
good.
sure that's what he thought. Oh, no, we're that's where we start is at Indiana. My prediction on Tommy McClelland's tenure at Purdue?
I knew that was coming. I heard it before you did it.
David Lesky's coming up next.
The program with Soren Petro.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, let me ask you a question. Where do you take your sports memorabilia to get it framed? I can tell you where I've taken all my sports memorabilia. Literally everything that I've had framed was framed at Art and Frame Warehouse. Pretty easy to do because they've been in business for 25 years. Great locally owned and operated company. Michael and his staff are Kansas City's best when it comes to framing sports memorabilia. By the way, my wife just picked up yesterday some framed artwork that we had. We had some nice artwork that I got from my great aunt, and we got it framed up beautifully. They did a fantastic job. So many choices, so artistic. Any kind of framing you need done, Art and Frame Warehouse can do it. But I want you to know, since you're listening to a sports show, probably a lot of you guys are like me, and you have your memorabilia collection. They specialize in that kind of framing, protecting the artifact, protecting the item. That's one of the things they take great pride in. Some people poke holes in the jersey when they're framing those autographed jerseys. Don't do that. That damages the item. It lessens the value. They will always protect the item while displaying it perfectly, expertly. They're the only people I will trust with my collection, too. You can find them online at framekc.com. They buy in bulk, right? So that keeps the prices down, but you get gallery quality, all kinds of different matting, bordering, framing, UV protection glass, museum glass that doesn't have any reflection. They are absolutely the best when it comes to displaying your memorabilia. Bats, balls, Olympic torches, Olympic medals, boxing gloves. They've done it all. If you've got any piece of sports memorabilia and you want it displayed perfectly while making sure to protect it and take care of it, there's only one place in Kansas City to go. That's 92nd and Metcalf. That's Art and Frame Warehouse. Find them online at framekc.com. That's framekc.com. Art and Frame Warehouse. Protect your collection.
Stop overpaying for your mortgage and stop missing investor deals. While other lenders are stuck quoting high payments and slowing you down, Cap One Lending is helping buyers and investors win right now. Home buyers, why overpay? With the right strategy, qualified buyers can access programs with rates starting in the 4s. Low or no down payment options, fast approvals, and closings in as little as 2 weeks. For investors, speed is everything. Fix and flip, we fund it. Rental properties, DSCR, no income docs, building your portfolio, we help you scale fast. So stop hesitating, stop shopping dead-end lenders, get your funding lined up now. Call Cap One Lending, 816-905-1111, or go to caponelending.com.
Cap One Lending, making your dreams a reality is what we do.
Cap One Lending, a Kansas licensed mortgage company, license number MC0.
We roll on here in the 5 o'clock hour talking Royals baseball with David Lesky from Inside the Crown. His blog, required reading if you are a big baseball fan. Go check it out. Inside the Crown is where you can find his great work. David, how are you, sir?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing well. Noah Cameron, we have spent on the Kaufman Corner podcast a lot of time talking about Noah Cameron, and it has been a roller coaster. Downhill. I mean, I don't know what's good is on a roller coaster. Is it the downhill part or the uphill part?
I think it depends on who you are.
Yeah, he was struggling, and then they changed his release or changed his arm slot. Then he got good again. Then he started struggling again, and now he's calling his own pitches. Like, first of all, what do you make of the calling his own pitches, and how much that is what has fixed it?
And I've said this before. Yes, I think that's helped. I think there's conviction. I think there's confidence. We look past that too often. I think sometimes in sports that just feeling good is beneficial. He's throwing his four-seamer less. I mean, really, like,
okay.
I think that's bigger.
That's an underrated part then, if that's part of his pitch mix.
Right. And maybe he's finally said, hey, I don't like my four-seamer. Why do you guys keep calling it? And so it is all part of the same, but also he's just throwing his worst pitch less. And, I think that it's probably a bigger deal, that aspect of it. But again, I won't put the confidence aspect behind it either. That's very possible. That's a big part of it.
Have you seen his numbers by catcher?
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
I don't know what to make of that.
He's not very good with Carter Jensen. What was it this year? What's the difference between Carter Jensen and Sal Perez with Cameron's there?
This year, Sal Perez ERA 1.94 in 8 games. Carter Jensen 9 games, 5.94, and a difference in OPS from 484 to 828.
And there's about a run difference last year, Salvi being better by about a run. Overall, it's 3 runs over his whole time.
293 to 386 last year.
Yeah, which there wasn't that many catching games for Carter Jensen last year.
15-2.
Right.
So, but overall, there's and what is now almost a full season of the two of them sharing the catching duties with Noah Cameron, there's a 3-run difference. Again, that's still a really small sample size. But I thought it was interesting. They wanted him to call his pitches. They put Salvi behind the plate and DH Carter Jensen. I'm sure that had to do with who the other team's pitcher was, I think.
Well, I don't know.
Or no.
It might have been the days. Would I be curious, and I'd have to look at the numbers. Maybe you can calculate it real fast. But what was it before the last 3 outings?
That would take some time.
It would take.
This is just
take a couple minutes.
This is just a split,
right? But would this have? See, this is what we don't know. Would it have been the same had he called his own pitches with Carter Jensen behind the plate? Right? Like, Salvi's getting the benefit because he's caught these last 3 games. But is it Salvi? Is it the pitches? Is it the pitch mix? Is it him calling the pitches? Is it the pitch mix? Is it total chance? We don't know those things. And so we'll have to I'd be curious. I hadn't thought about that until literally just the second. Otherwise, I would have done it before I would have actually prepared for one.
Stop.
But I do wonder, like, how much of that is what's the catalyst, right? And I don't know that answer. I think catcher ERA is a little bit overrated sometimes.
Okay.
But again, it goes back to, is he more comfortable throwing to Salvi? Again, we ignore that too much, I think, with players. And we look at them, we're like, why aren't you a robot who can do exactly what we say whenever we say it? And some guys just can't. And maybe he likes maybe Salvi's a bigger target. Some people have said they like that with Salvador Perez. And, or maybe it's just, I feel he's my teddy bear and my security blanket, or maybe it's just nothing. We don't know.
3.21 ERA before these last 3 starts with Salvador Perez.
So, I mean, it's still a two and
2.5 runs.
Yeah.
Well, and we also noted that the overall ERA for the 2 catchers this year is about a third of a run. Salvador Perez is better by about a third of a run, but it's 3 runs on Carter Jensen. It's almost like that if we pulled the numbers out on Jensen, we might find that, or pulled the numbers out on Noah Cameron, that with the rest of the pitching staff, it's such a decided difference that Carter Jensen's probably there, or he might even be slightly better. Yeah. I mean, it feels like
that way a year ago too, pretty close, 4.24 to 4.59.
Yeah, so it seems like this is just a Noah Cameron thing, and last year it wasn't nearly as bad. It was less than a run, but almost a full run. It was like 0.94.
Yeah,
and so there is a bit of a thing there with Carter Jensen and Cameron, which is funny because they seemingly would have played together in the minors.
Yeah, you would hope.
But I don't know. I mean, it is something to think about.
Yeah.
And I wonder because Jensen was late. We heard the Big Brother talk that we got post game from Vinny Pasquantino.
Yep.
I think most of us thought Seth Lugo was throwing him under the bus for not challenging certain pitches. I mean, no one has done anything outside all day. And the moment I open the door, they fire up the
industrial-sized lawnmower.
Yeah. I mean, it's like clockwork.
Hey, they're open. Go.
Hey, it's a nice afternoon. Let's go ahead and open the door up. There's nothing going on out there.
Don't you have fired that thing up?
Sorry about that. Normally that's when about helicopter would land on the hospital or every police
or on this day.
There's a police station right over here.
Or,
everybody heads out on their shift and they decide, hey, it'd be fun. Let's all go out with our sirens blaring.
Or the most common thing, someone
the car. And there's one
alarm.
car
It goes off.
That alarm goes off all the time. So I apologize
Welcome back to
there
the
to
program.
you, David, and to the people listening.
Well, they might accept. I'm going to need more than that.
No, but my point to leading up to Lugo's comments and him, is he maybe not a great fit in the clubhouse?
I don't know. I've never gotten that impression.
Or maybe just need to do some growing up?
Yeah, I haven't gotten the impression that he's not a good fit. I don't know if you have or if you feel.
The only thing I have not, and I haven't had anybody tell me that.
But you're right. The
those two things. The Seth, listen. What time do you have to be at the clubhouse for a day game? What time do the guys get to the clubhouse?
Like
10,
11?
11. Yeah, on a Sunday, probably a little later because it's
Was it a Sunday game or was it? I thought it was a weekday game.
No, I can't remember. It might have been a weekday game. Maybe it's like 10:30.
But it's a 1:10 start.
Yeah. Game. Yeah.
And so, I mean, if it's 10 o'clock,
yeah.
I can't imagine it's 7. It's probably 10 o'clock.
Right.
And I was having this conversation today. I'm like, and not to rehash that, but I just want to be clear about if someone's like, well, what's the big deal? You haven't overslept? Yes, we all have.
Yeah.
Okay. But part of the reason you're still late when you oversleep, when you do adult jobs, theirs is a fun job. It's a star job. It's a kid's game. So I'm going to call it an adult job. Is you got to get up, you got to shower, you got to dress to a certain dress code. You might even have to take your lunch. Do you have a lot that goes on? You literally can roll out of bed in your boxers,
you could show up in a towel,
throw some flip-flops on, and get in the car and drive. You just got to wake up in enough time to drive to the stadium, and all the clothes you need are there. They've all got clothes there. There is a chef there. There is food there. You don't have oh crap, I got to do this, and don't forget I got to do that, and I got to turn this off, and no, just get out of bed, turn the key on the lock to your door, and get to the park. So it is that was a big deal.
It's different. It's definitely different for that job than other. If you're an accountant, it's a little bit different to get there. I agree.
So anyway, but I don't know. I was just wondering because the reason I want to know is because I think he's a really, really good player, and I don't want it to get derailed because he's kind of a goof or something.
Right. And the crazy thing is defensively, he's actually gotten better and better and better and better, and really, he's really improved behind the plate. I think that looking at the Carter Jensen big picture, we should probably remember that it's really hard to catch in the big leagues, and there's a reason that catcher's offense is not great generally. And so to look at what he's done, even when right now he's going through another slump, but he's also had some really high points offensively, and it's tough to be a rookie catcher, and he's taken on more of a role than he expected, probably because he was supposed to be more of a 50-50 split, but he really isn't with Salvi. He's catching every day, and Salvi's catching Noah Cameron starts, basically. So I think that's important, because, and so I agree. I hope that's not a problem, because all the arrows are pointing up with him. And I think it could look. It may be nothing on Cameron. It may be as simple as he likes the fact that Salvi's this massive human being behind the plate, and he can throw. Maybe that's just what he wants. And Jensen's not a huge guy. He's not tiny, but compared to Salvi, he is. And it could be any number of those things, but it's worth questioning at least.
What is the upside on Noah Cameron? What's the ceiling?
Well, I think we're looking at Kurtis being wrong on 300 game winners.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I would be. No, look, the upside, to me, it's always going to be limited until he can prove that he can strike guys out in a long stretch. These last 3 outings, they're not start. One of them wasn't a start. It basically was, but these last 3 outings, he struck out 24 and 23 innings. That stretch earlier in the year, he struck out 31 and 33 innings or something like that. If he can do that, if he can show that consistently, and he's got 9 starts left, I counted. If he can show that consistently over these last 9 starts, my upside goes from a 4 or 5 to a 3 or 4 fringe 2, because he limits hard contact, he limits hits, he throws strikes, so he doesn't walk guys generally. I mean, he's has his moments, but all pitchers do. And if he can strike out 24% of hitters, the average strikeout rate I think for starters this year is like 22.6. If he can be above average, like I said, you're looking at a 3 fringe 2, and potentially that's the upside. I mean, you're not looking at an ace. If you get to the playoffs and Noah Cameron starting game 1, you're probably going to lose that series. But you go from, this is a guy who wouldn't start a playoff game, to maybe he starts the second or third game. That's a big difference in players. And I know we're getting ahead of ourselves with playoffs and the Royals, but that's kind of the way you need to look at a starting pitcher. So I think that there is the upside of starting a playoff game, whereas that I didn't think that was there earlier this year.
Before these last 3 games, just so people understand the roller coaster ride, 6 of his 7 previous starts, he'd given up 4 runs or more. In 4 of those, he'd given up 5 or more. In 2 of them, he'd given up 6 or more.
52 hits in 35 innings in those starts. And his last 3, 5 hits in 23 innings.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And 24 strikeouts.
Yeah.
In the 23 innings.
And 6 walks. Like, everything is good there.
He has lowered his, and it's hard to lower your ERA when you get this late in the season. Harder, I should say. But he had a 5.27 when he stepped up on the hill in Detroit. And after getting off the mound last night, he's got a 4.37. He's taken his ERA down 0.9 of a run.
That's insane in 3 starts. So how many games? 22 games?
He's got the second best FIP of anyone who started for the Kansas City Royals except Michael Wacha. And on Wacha, I'm sorry, he's better than Wacha. His FIP is 373. The only one of everyone who started, even as an opener, the only FIP that's lower than his, Chris Bubich, 2 100s, 371 to 373.
That's crazy.
That's it.
I bet that flipped after last night. I think Wacha was probably better before last night. So, I would assume based on just.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that's where he got. Well, Wacha's at a 392.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much he lowered it, but yeah, 373. I mean, he probably lowered it. Yeah, he probably, but there still weren't that many. I mean, this speaks to how bad everyone else has been.
Oh yeah,
there really weren't that many other people even at a 4 that are like the only guys below a 4 on FIP are Wacha, 391, 373 for Cameron, 371 for Bubich. Again, these are people who have started games.
And that's it.
550 for Steven Cruz, 618 for Cole Reagans. Randy Dobnak, 422. He's pitching great. We'll talk about him here in a minute. Beck Way opened a game, 494.
Oh, I forgot he opened that one game.
Bailey Falter, 2 starts, 909. Mitch Spence opened a game, 888. Or did he start a game?
No, he started. He went the amount of time an opener goes.
That's everybody who started a game. So, even with that, there was nobody else below him. And now, he I don't think he's going to get to a 2.99 ERA where he was last year, because the lower you get, the even harder it gets to keep dropping it. But, we were saying, hey, what would you be happy with? And I said, if he comes in under 4, I'll be happy. Well, he can now see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd have to do the math, but I bet he could get there in a start or 2 if he keeps going 8 shutout.
Oh,
or 8,
yeah. I think he'd be there. Well, this outing, he went from 459 to 437.
So yeah,
he gave up 1 run. In the shutouts, he went from 493 to 459. So he could.
But you're right. The gap
gets harder.
It's less and less. But yeah, I mean, like if he's around a 4, because last year, 2.99 ERA, I think he had about roughly a 4 expected ERA. Different stat than fit, but same
Similar.
general idea. If he's a 4 ERA guy this year after the way he pitched for a good chunk of the season, you have to call that a success. And good on Brian Sweeney, who I think deserves some criticism this year.
For sure.
But I think he gets some credit for that too, for helping, he and the whole staff, they figured out something with Noah Cameron. And I said it last week. I actually, like I said, I did the math. He has 9 starts left if he starts every 5th day. If he's good in 6 of those 9 and not horrible in 2 of the other 3, I'm gonna feel good going into the offseason. I'll feel good if it's there's varying levels, but that's where I'll feel like, okay, Noah Cameron's a guy you can count on. 100% in 2027, you can count on Noah Cameron if he does that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's talk about Michael Massey. We'll do that when we come back. We are talking Royals baseball with David Lesky. Inside the Crown is where you can read his great work. More with David next here in the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
Kurtis always likes a little boutte, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah,
for
sure.
Shake
it.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen up. That summer heat can wear you out, right? Can drain you. But if you are feeling drained, even with the AC, it may not be the heat. 1 in 4 men from ages 35 to 50 have low testosterone and low energy levels, sex drive, motivation, mood, and more. Low T drains your energy and your motivation. So you don't have any energy for the things you love to do. You might even stop recognizing yourself. So get the answers you need this summer for free. At the Low T Center, you can book a free testosterone test and get a consultation from licensed providers who specialize in testosterone replacement therapy. Explore a range of peptides and even get a jump on that summer body with GLP-1s and medical weight loss protocols. Low T Center has been the ¡1 name in TRT since 2009 for a reason. Listen, guys, if you're not your best self, if you're not feeling like yourself, if you know you can look better and you're just not sure how to get there, get to the Low T Center. Don't spend another day wondering why you don't feel like yourself. Visit fixmylowt.com to schedule your appointment today. That's fixmylowt.com. You can schedule your free testosterone test today. So go to fixmylowt.com. Be the best version of yourself, guys. It starts by booking that appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Looking to get more out of today's MLB action? FanDuel has you covered, because if we're talking baseball, we're talking FanDuel. Right now, you can hit a FanDuel app and claim a profit boost to use on any bet type for today's games. That's any bet type. We're talking money lines, totals, home runs, player props, whoever you like to play, the choice is yours. If you know me and we're talking player props, I'm a huge fan of strikeouts. That's the way I like to ride, and you can do whatever you want. That's the way I go. It's simple. Just tap claim now, grab your token, and apply it to your bet before you place it. Maybe you're backing your team to win. Maybe you like the over, or maybe you're calling your shot and picking someone to go yard. Whatever you are feeling, use your boost to get more out of your bet. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started now. That's FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, your home for home runs.
I guess it's old Ario Speedwagon Day. I like it. La Feta
We do?
Delicatessen. That's Although
So I'm rewatching Ozark with my oldest daughter, and like one of the episodes centers around they need the guy. Well, what would it take to get your convention here? Well, if you can get Ario Speedwagon to come play. And like they get him to play, and I'm like, Jesus, these guys are old.
Only problem
was 5 years ago.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
Only problem with that song is it was done with the very brief lead singer Terry Luttrell. Kevin Cronin is one everyone knows. He was there, then he left, and he came back.
I don't know.
They recorded that song during the lull. The most notable one of that is the live album.
I don't know that anybody was asking for more on Ario Speedwagon.
I didn't.
You gave it to us, but I'm content.
This is full
with
service.
I'm content with my knowledge of Ario Speedwagon.
You
I don't
are.
need more.
Being in Ozark.
Yeah, that's it. It was on Ozark. I remember him. That's good.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen into the hour answer. How many Chiefs have rushed for 1,000 yards as a rookie?
Kareem Hunt.
Mm-hmm. He's 31 today.
Joe Delaney did.
Joe Delaney, 81.
My guess, Christian didn't.
Charles
Barry Word
didn't.
didn't. Charles didn't. Larry Johnson didn't. Priest wasn't a rookie here. My guess is we're probably missing one other guy from back in the day. One or two. The answer is either 3 or 4. Is that correct?
It is 2.
Oh, we nailed it. Don't overthink it, David. I've told you that for
I know.
years.
No, you're right. It was on me.
Don't overthink it.
I got Delaney, and I just kept going. I didn't get silent at all.
We're going to go 2.
It is 2.
We're going to go with 2. Nailed it. La Feta Italian Delicatessen nails it every single time you go in there. 143rd and Metcalf, southeast corner. Go see our buddy Adam and his great staff. Tell them the program sent you. They do such a great job. Their sandwiches are fantastic. It's going to be game day. They'll cater for you, but they need 24 to 48 hours notice on the catering. So make sure you keep that in mind. Their charcuterie boards are great as well. And I just got a text from somebody who said, Ario Speedwagon was my first concert. Well, that's sad.
Good stuff. I wouldn't sad. That was in the 70s.
Wow. That's sad.
That's a pretty good one. Would rather have gone see an Ario in their prime than
Michael Massey.
By the way,
you have sucked up so much of this man's segment on Ario Speedwagon.
Who?
Michael Massey loves Ario
Who
Speedwagon.
was
Does he?
The text you had?
He might.
That's his walk-up song. That's why I played it.
Is that what it is?
No.
Well, can I give La Feta some more love from a listener?
No.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Ryan tweeted us earlier today. Finally got over to La Feta Delicatessen for lunch this weekend. Sweet heavens! Kurtis and Soren tell no lies on those ad reads.
No,
Phenomenal.
they're great. They do a fantastic job. So.
They don't miss, man.
Always a great choice to go to La Feta Italian Delicatessen. All right, Michael Massey. Somebody. It seems like every time he hits a home run, people are convinced that he's the guy. Right? Maybe last night wasn't the best time because he helped contribute to a run with making a bad defensive decision.
Yes,
is what Matt Quattro called it, or misjudgment,
mental misplay,
a misjudgment. Like, aren't they all misjudgments?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, what happened on that play? That was a misjudgment.
Varying levels.
Okay, he misjudged his ability to catch the ball.
How
he
can
misjudged how far the run. Like, they're all misjudgments.
That is, how can I make my player look as good in the media as possible when he made the dumbest play I've seen in a while?
But he turns around and hits a home run, and that is kind of the enigma that he is. We heard JJ go around the diamond when he gave his post-trade deadline press conference and pretty much just basically called off each position around the diamond and it's like, no, we're all set here. This is why we're going to contend, is because we're set here. At second base, he talked Nick Lofton and Michael Massey platoon. Are you content with those two as a platoon to making a full second baseman?
Content. Yeah, that's a good word for it. It's
content.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So well, go ahead if you got more on that.
Here's the problem with Matt. There's two problems with Massey, and one of them is if he's on the field, he's generally pretty good because he plays good defense. He has some pop, but he doesn't take pitches. He doesn't have great plate discipline, pitch awareness, I guess maybe is a good way to put it. So that should lead to slumps. Now, I will say we haven't seen that this year. He's been pretty consistent. He's actually been better against lefties than righties, oddly enough, which is not in line with his career. And some of that's a small sample. But last night was a lefty on the mound who put one just I hadn't seen this graphic before. They show like the visual of the home run on the scoreboard, but last night I saw it for the first time. They show where the pitch was, and I looked up, and it was 9 quadrants. It was in the middle, or not quadrants. This would be 4, 9 sections. It was in the middle section, and the middle of the middle section. But he did it. I mean, I don't care. He hit it.
We've seen a lot of Royals teams that couldn't take that out.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
But the part that I'm like, he's a good defender.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might win a Gold Glove this year.
He's a good defender. Is this enough offense? Like, can you have just a good defender at third with subpar offense? I mean, second base is not not everybody's Jose Altuve in his prime, but
it's not what it was in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't just have a glove guy everywhere. And Bobby's not just a glove guy; he's above average offensive shortstop. But the last 2 years, he has not been the force that he was.
He's been very good.
Yeah, he's been very good. And so if he's going to settle in at being a 23 home run shortstop with 40 doubles and a 325, 330 on base, that's a really good player. That's worth all the money they're paying him. But he's not really carrying that many people. And third base is subpar offensively. Second base is subpar offensively. Oh, and here's the other thing. Defense tanks as you age.
Yeah.
Your range goes down the toilet. And so, like, he's another one. It's like, okay, when he hits a home run, you're like, that's our guy. There it is. It's like, okay, but he's the whole picture. And the whole picture is that probably 2 years from now, he's going to be in definitive decline defensively. And so if he's not a 20-plus home run guy, then you're going to be like, you're going to be looking for better. And so why not flip that? Like, this is my frustration with, like, they want to save all these guys. And with Vinny Pasquantino, like, okay, you want to save him for when? When is the charge, and how old are they going to be, and how good are they going to be when you actually are ready to go make the push?
Right. Yeah, no, I'm with you. And I think that Massey, part of the problem is the Royals have a lot of these guys that you look at and you go, if you can hit him 7th in a lineup every day, you probably have a pretty good lineup. If you hit him 5th every day and he's hitting 5th for the second straight day, your lineup is probably in a little bit of trouble. And the Royals lineup is in a little bit of trouble this year because of a lot of injuries, right now at least, because of injuries, because of underperformance, all that. But like if you go into the season next year and Michael Massey is your 7 hitter, I think you feel good about that offense. I think you feel good about a guy you think can hit 260, 265, 270, 300 on base, 430 slugging percentage, good defense. I think you feel good about that. To your point, other teams would too. And maybe there's value there, but also the fact you look around at second baseman, it's not great right now. It ebbs and flows, right?
Which is to me why there would be excellent value.
Agreed, but then you're looking for somebody.
Okay, and yes, you are. But if you could get the other positions right, then you can. Right. You should be able to. Like, to me, you should be able to find Massey all the time. Like, if anyone's going to trade you for Massey, I would just giggle and be like, sure.
Yeah.
Because like I can find, if I can't find him, I can find 90% of them on the trade market.
Well,
so
maybe
if I got
Nick Lofton.
Well, yes,
yeah.
That's one of my things is like that's why I mentioned Michael Garcia and Michael Massey. If somebody's going to come give you a prospect that's going to potentially be a force, or just really good, Jermaine Dye,
sure,
Johnny Damon, guys that are excellent players that have a handful of all-stars. If you think you've got that kind of upside and you can get them for those guys, then you should have a Nick Lofton. They do, and that can fill in and be like most of what they are. But then we got way better with this guy over here that's going to really move the needle.
The one thing I'll push back on, you mentioned Garcia. I still will say the numbers before he hurt his hand were in line with last year. The overall numbers are not good. I don't know if his hand's ever going to feel better. So let's not pretend that we know what's going on, because he went on a rehab assignment and the second he hit a foul ball, it hurts again. So who knows? Is he going to need surgery? Is it ever going to recover? I don't know. But I will say the numbers were in line with last year. He was repeating. And then he had this hand injury, and now he wasn't. So I'm not ready to say he's not a plus offensively. I think he was. If you go to like mid-May, the numbers were there from last year. Then he hurts his hand, and it tanks from there. He had like 3 extra base hits until he went on the IL. But your point is, I still see your point, and I get it. and I agree with it. I don't know that there's that market. And, it's the same conversation of what are they going to get for Michael Wacha? Is it worth trading him? You could argue one way or another. You could argue both ways, honestly. But I don't know that the value for Michael Massey is enough that I think they probably feel like, hey, we're happy with Massey and Lofton, and we can see if we can get more out of Massey in a platoon, and maybe we trade him next year and then install Lofton.
Hey, let me be clear. I'm not trying to get rid of any of these players.
Yeah.
I just, to me, this is where I come back to the transactionality.
Sure.
Like, somewhere, like, any one of these guys that doesn't move, fine. But, like, we can't move. We don't move any of them.
Yeah.
To me, just feels like we're going back down to we love our guys, and these are our guys.
You've got to change
We're all
things
going to
up.
stay together, and,
Yeah.
You need to inject some fresh blood into that.
100%.
So, all right. Which is a more demanding position to play, right field or first base?
Well, clearly first base.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Okay. It's a little debate
'Cause I know
going
you.
on here. Yes. Great stuff, David. I'll talk to you Sunday on our Kaufman Corner podcast.
Sounds good.